Hello everyone, I am Tacet and I hope all of you have been having a good day so far today. Of course, with the holidays coming around, I figured we'd be a little bit festive already. The skulls are already that way too in-game. All the skulls have little bunny ears on it. I think they're actually the same color as the ones we have too, just the standard little pink ones. Actually, I'm like going up to make it easier to see. Let's see, actually I could just adjust it, though then it'll almost show none of my body. It's hard to get them in because they stick up so high. But, yeah, bunny ears. They're kind of in shot. Let's see, how can I adjust this to get them in a little bit more? If I put them up too high, I'm gonna have, like, no head in the thing. But anyways, hello everyone! Welcome, welcome. So, happy Good Friday, everyone, for anyone who celebrates it. And, of course, Easter is this Sunday. I will not be streaming on Easter, other than, you know, our normal time at night. But we'll kind of be celebrating it during tomorrow's stream at around 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is right now, today, and tomorrow, and for the few hours on both of those 2 days. And we'll just be doing our normal while farming up the treasure gnomes, getting some data on them. Already have the little text box set up, ready to go for that. And, yeah, we'll just go from there. Actually, let me move that down some. It's kind of in a weird position at the moment. We'll just move that, I guess, right there for now until it gets really long. I'm going to do it by hour this time, just so we can kind of see what we get every single one of the hours, just to see the full results of the treasure gnomes and all that. So, yeah, let's get to that. Today and tomorrow will mainly be focused around farming treasure gnomes and getting data on them. If you guys do want me to go and check something specifically, do let me know. But for the most part, we will be specifically doing the treasure gnomes themselves. Also, hello, everyone. Hello, Mr. Jesse. Hello, Steve. Hello, Pandemonium. Hello, Ray. Hello, JZG. Hello, Jeff. Hello, Leon. Hello, Ray. Hello, Emperator. Hello, Lexia. Hello, hello, Dead. Or Dead Red? I don't know how to pronounce that exactly. Hello, Jeff. Hello, Sea Dog. Hello, Frag Hunter. Hello, Benjamin. Hello, Steve. Hello, Rakalita. Hello, Vangor in the house. Hello, F. Nielsen. And hello, Pedro. Welcome all. Welcome, welcome. So, let's get to the farming. Let it begin. Also, hello, Xavier. Welcome. You've gotten 3 vault keys so far. Very nice. I haven't actually started farming yet at all. I did like 3 battles maybe this morning. So, all the data will be right now then. And as you can see, the skulls are as festive as us with the exact same ears on. That is pretty funny that they're actually wearing the exact same color. And we'll throw that down. It is really funny though. Anyways, also, of course, we'll be getting event gems because, as I mentioned earlier this week, we probably get most of them during the treasure gnome hunting themselves, so there wasn't much point doing it earlier this week. So, yeah, we'll be able to get the event done as well while simultaneously doing this. So, technically, we had to have done this regardless this week. So, at least we're getting treasure gnomes hunted as well. Yeah, 1 vault key and 2 diamonds. Oh, I hate that 2 diamond drop so much. The 2 diamond drop it has. Oh, it's so far a bad hour, that is for sure. We just started, so it's like a 1 in like 15 kind of ish chance that we'll find a gnome. People have been saying around 10 to a dozen per hour approximately for the gnomes. Also, why does he have 1 HP? Oh, why did he not die? Oh, wait, what? No, seriously, why did he not die? I could see maybe Sunbird did not die. Okay, that was weird. Now I'm just going crazy. I did just wake up like an hour ago. Might still be out of it. Okay, let's go and move that over. Get Rowan. Get all that mana. Yeah, they have some pretty pitiful drops. I believe next patch is when they're officially going to be buffing the treasure gnome buffs. Or the treasure gnome drop table. And hopefully that will be before the next actual treasure gnome event. But it is treasure gnome event from the few messages from earlier and from what you just mentioned. It appears to be the exact same useless drop pool that it's always had, just with a slightly higher chance of vault keys, which is the main thing, is the vault keys themselves, because vault keys have a lot of value in them. Come on, treasure gnomes, we know you're out there. I believe it's about every 5 minutes is approximately when we find them. That's what it was last time when we ended up doing the event. Oh, they need to fix that for next patch. It's been the issue all this patch right now, where you try clicking the play again button, and basically what it does is if you click it too quickly, it has like a little fade in to make sure that people don't accidentally misclick it. But in doing so, they also made it so that you can accidentally skip past the entire screen, which is very annoying if you click it too quick, and it brings you all the way back to the same menu. So if I'm trying to go even quicker, you go slower, which is weird. Okay, we'll go for Sunbird. Oh, I should have taken Skull first. Well, I guess he would have survived with both of them regardless. And let's match. If anyone has any questions, team builds you want me to mess around in PvP or anything, let me know. As I mentioned, for the most part, it's going to be treasure gnome hunting for today and tomorrow. Just so we can gather more data, and because we have to do it anyways for not just the resources, but also for the event itself. Which I guess is technically also for resources, but still. We'll go throw that down. Pretty sure in like 2 hours or less we'll have all the reds we need. Maybe 3 hours. Definitely by the end of the stream. We'll throw the Sunbird down. And then we'll get a Rowan at it. Our gnome data is looking so expensive. All 0 of them. I know, why is 2 minor trait stones? I believe 2 minor trait stones and all the soul drops they are removing, if I'm not mistaken, from next patch. So I do not know 100% for sure if that's what they're removing from it. They're still going to keep the very low gold amounts and stuff like that, but the gold amount should still stay in there. Even the low gold amounts are better than the low souls, though, because it's harder to get 2,500 gold than it is to get 100 souls. Or at least later in the game it is. Because you get such good soul farming rates compared to gold. Or at least compared to that amount of gold, I should say. Because that's 25 times more gold than you get souls. Though, of course, you do gain souls slower, but relatively, if you do like the ratios of them. Because gold, you can gain about 200,000 per hour, maybe 300,000 if you're very lucky. Whereas souls can be about 20 to 50,000. And that's not a 25 times difference. That is smaller than a 25 times difference. So technically, the 100 souls is less than the gold. By a small amount. No, the difficulty has absolutely no effect on finding gnomes. The difficulty has also no effect on the reward that you get or anything. Nothing increases the reward you get from the gnomes. The only thing that slightly increases it is if it's a gnome event, there's a higher chance of finding vault keys, as well as finding a vault key during a vault key, which is kind of weird, but it is possible to find a vault key during a vault key. Really, only 2. I'll go take that and go through another explosion. But yeah, no difficulty, no armor bonus, no VIP bonus. None of that affects it at all. Hello, Kelvera. Welcome. Oh wow, 3 event gems from that one. One of the reasons I'm also doing in this kingdom, there's 2 reasons why I'm farming in this kingdom right now. One is because this is the least amount of trait stones I have on anything. Due to the most recent invasion, the invasion took green-red, and this is currently the only kingdom you could farm green-red in, so my green-red's the lowest right now. But the other reason is this kingdom has 8 reds in it, so I believe it's tied at the highest amount of reds any kingdom has. Not sure if anything has higher than 8, but I know 8 is a lot. That's like more than 2/3 the kingdom. So we should have a better chance of finding reds in this kingdom. I could use paper clips to fold the ears. Oh yeah, I could like move them down. Well, I kind of can't because how it's set up, it's like they're like really cheap. They're like those really cheap like dollar store. Actually, I don't even know where I got this. I assume dollar store. Either that or Walmart or some other similar place. But they're like those really cheap ones, and the only thing that's actually holding them up is like a little small like rod, and if I like moved it down and clipped it down, they're not like those really soft ones that are like nice and cozy that can kind of be a little bit flexible. They're like just a single plastic rod or something, and if I try bending them down, they're probably gonna break. I do have a backup here, but the problem is my backup here doesn't work with a green screen. Like, I'll go bring it on real quick. I end up buying 2. The other one's like a nice teal color. The problem is if I go bring it, let me go get that real quick. 1 second. So I have 2 teal ones, but the problem is if I bring them on, they have like a little bit of a green screen effect, as you can see, because the color doesn't really work with the green screen that well. Let's see, I haven't actually tested this one yet. I assume it would do the same thing. Yep. Invisible ears! Invisible ears. You can see like the white rim of it, but you can't see like the teal part. Okay, now you can. That's weird. The green screen adjusted to it. And then it didn't adjust to it. That's really strange. Look at that. If I touch it, but then if I let go, What? These are actually nice and floppy, though. These are nice ones. The other one isn't. Oh, it's kind of working. So it's just going to randomly green screen out of nowhere here and there like that. There it goes. So I can't really wear anything that's not the pink one. Because if I wear, like, the bluish ones, it doesn't work. There's too much green in it. Anyways, yeah, those are floppy ears. Put on all 3 pairs. No, there's no way all 3 of them could sit on my head. Okay, I guess we'll try. Let me see. You wouldn't even be able to see them even if I did do that. Let's see. We'll put this behind it. And then we'll put the other one behind that, or in front of it. I don't know, let's see. There we go. All 3 ears. We now have 8 ears. Oh, it's actually working now. There we go, we have 8 ears. Oh, well now it's kind of not working. Oh no, it has a tag. Why would you put a tag right there? What? Tag. I don't have scissors by me. What? That doesn't make any sense at all. Should probably go clip that tag. There we go, we got 6 ears now. Okay, sure, why not? We'll keep it on. That's pretty funny. Okay, let me take off the back one, though. I'll keep the floppy one and the pink one on. There we go, 8 ears. I mean, 4 ears. I can't count. Let's see. There we go. There's no good way to get myself in camera here. I wish I could put, like, the camera further back, but there's no way with my current setup to put the camera back any further than it currently is. There we go, we have 4 bunny ears on then. It's about as good as we're gonna get. Let's see. Trying to like position it. There we go. There. 4 bunny ears. Better than 2 bunny ears. Okay, let's go and play now. Get the firebomb down. Get the row in. Go from there. Can I raise the angle of the webcam? Kind of. But if I do it anymore, my head will be, like, out of frame. If I do it much more. I can't put it, like, any further back. Actually, I could put it slightly further back. Let me see. I could do that. Oh, there we go. That fixes it some. There we go. That should work. That's about as close as we're gonna get. Okay. And, let's continue. Hello, sound boil? Hey, our first gnome. You gave us luck. Okay, we'll go throw the firebomb down. And my ears have ears. Okay, let's see. What do we get from the very first treasure gnome? Anything good? Probably not. 5 gems. Okay. Let's go add that to the list of things we've gotten from gnomes for this hour. It's gonna be weird how I'm gonna have it organized, but it's like the only way I could really think of to kind of get it down. Let me see. Gems 5, 1. There we go. Don't click OK because we're just gonna have to update it again in like very soon. And very soon we will need to go and re-update that. There we go. Okay. Let me see. Let me make this a little bit smaller and move it to the side some more. There's no way I could ever put it anywhere where it's gonna block absolutely nothing. There's just no location to really do that because of how long it's gonna get. I think that'll be fine for now. There you go. Ears of war. We've got all the ears. Hey, arcane redstone. I actually need those. We're pretty low on arcane red greens at the moment. I think we only have 130, I think? 140, 135, somewhere around there. Only. But for me, that's actually small. Given that we have so many of every single one. Why do I play in Adana? Adana actually has less reds than this kingdom, technically. If we go and check Adana compared to this kingdom, it has less reds. Though I think its red to number of troop ratio might be slightly better. So you might be right in that regard. But I need to farm this kingdom anyways for its arcane, so I'd rather just do this kingdom. But if we go check Adana real quick, I'm pretty sure it has 1 less red, if I'm not mistaken, when I checked it earlier. Because I was going through all of them. There were some that had 7, some that had 8. I believe Adana had only 7. So if we go check Adana, there's 7. If we go check Wild Plains, there's 8. I believe Blighted Lands also had 8, I forget, off the top of my head. I was going over them earlier, and mentioned them on Monday. But yeah, Wild Plains has more reds. So you can see there's 8, and Adana only had 7. Though one of them is a mythic, so it does appear a little bit less often. Yeah, I think Blighted Lands... No, Blighted Lands was also 7. There was another one that had 8. I forget what it was off the top of my head, though. But I'm just sticking with Wild Plains for the most of the time, because I need that specific trait stone, plus it has 8 reds, so it's good enough. Yeah, we'll throw the firebomb down. Not that many reds been coming up, though. We've been getting a few here and there. Why do I have 3 pairs of ears? Why don't I have 3 pairs of ears? Hey, another arcane, nice. Some of them were just spares, and when I ended up getting the pink one and the teal one, I believe those really cheap ones were like 2 for $1 or something, which might have been why I got 2. I'm not quite sure where the floppy ones came from, to be honest. Those might have just been something buried in a box somewheres that was just kind of brought out. I actually do not recall where the other one came from. It was just randomly sitting next to my other ears. It's like, oh, okay, I got this other pair of ears. Not sure where they originated from. The floppy ones that we're wearing. The ones that are being green screened away. Invisible ears! It's kind of funny how that is, though. It's literally invisible ears. Unless I touch it, in which case... That is really strange. I don't understand that at all. Like, I touch it and then it doesn't green screen, but then I let it go, then it green screens itself. That is very strange. I do not understand how that's a thing. Like, it doesn't let go of it. Like, oh, I can go touch it right now. Boom, ungreen screened. Oh, no, never mind. It didn't do it this time. Okay, of course, it's going to prove me wrong. I just move it around some, and then it's like, okay. And then it goes right back. It's weird. Anyways, at least the pink one doesn't do it. It's the only pair I have that doesn't actually green screen away. The best kingdom is Whitehelm. The best kingdom for Home Kingdom is Whitehelm, yes. The reason for this is it's pure glory, and currently the only thing that Home Kingdoms determine is your tribute, and pure glory. Pure glory is the best tribute, and Whitehelm has a pure glory tribute, so it's the best Home Kingdom. But yeah, definitely best Home Kingdom in the set. They are going to be doing tweaks to Home Kingdoms in the future, to be doing some kind of revamp to them to make it more viable to do like literally every other kingdom other than Whitehelm. Not sure specifically what change they're going to be making, but we'll probably find out about that in the near future. Probably in the next few updates. And there's the useless 100 souls. Oops, I forgot to go keep a count of the current... Oh, wow, back-to-back treasure gnomes. Well, what did we just get? We got I already forgot what drop we just literally got 5 seconds ago. It was 500 souls. Luckily, we're streaming. Short-term memory. The fix for short-term memory. Stream everything you do. Stream and record everything you do, and you'll always have a replay back. Anyways, 500 souls once. I should probably keep a total count somewheres. There we go. We'll just put it right next to the hour count. That'll work. And come on, screen, move back. It just closed all my tabs, and now I need to open them. Why won't it go back? There it goes. Okay. And move that back down. I hate that about Windows 10 as well. If you, like, drag a tab for whatever reason a couple times, it will, like, move everything. It'll just, like, close all your tabs, except the one that you currently have active. Which is annoying if you actually want all the tabs open. What do we get from this next one? Oh, Arcane Beast, but minors. I don't need minor trait stones, but let's go add that to things. 2x minor. So far so good. We're almost at the average amount, given that we're going slightly slower due to just not focusing as much. But there we go. We grab that done. Yeah, we're at about 1 every 5 minutes. It's pretty safe to say that gnomes are about 1 every 5 minutes or so. That was the data we got last time and everything. My main thing that I'm keeping track this time is our specific profit that we get per hour. Like, we know about how many gnomes, but I'm curious, like, the actual rewards per hour, approximately. Because, of course, we could break down and kind of divide out the rewards, but I kind of want to just see what some of the actual drops are. that you can kind of expect for an hour of doing it. It's Celestial. I always hate when I get Celestials when I'm trying to specifically get Arcanes. They're rarer, but they're annoying because you can get them anywheres, and I don't really need more copies of them. Or at least personally, I don't need more copies. A lot of people do need quite a few copies of them. They can be pretty scarce earlier on in the game, but you eventually reach the point after doing so many trait stone farming and explore that you have more than you'll ever need, ever. They could add something that has like a few hundred Celestial sync, and I would still be able to go and get them all. Can I show a team with Bunnynog? There's no realistic team with Bunnynog, unfortunately. He is the Easter troop. I believe he came in either the first or second Easter that the game launched, but it's just not viable, unfortunately. The only thing you would ever use it against is 4 times Knights with a Skull Spam team. So something like a... putting maybe a Divine Isabella or some kind of other Skull Spammer that's pretty good, a Sakima or something, and just go like all Skull Spam with it against an all-night team. But very, very, very few people throw all-night teams. Maybe very early on in the game will you see it, but later on in the game it's basically non-existent. Because there are a few okay Knights, but there aren't enough teams to make like insanely great teams. There's only really Anu, there's Elspeth, there's Anu, there's Queen Isabel, there's Knight Coronet, and that's it. That's pretty much every single Knight that would possibly work in late game. There are quite a few Knights that work in early game though, like Knight Coronet, that one Death Knight guy. What's that one brown-purple from Darkstone? No, Blighted Lands. It's from, forget his name. He's the epic from that kingdom, but he's pretty good. He has a 2x boost ratio and hits twice with a stat reduction and then a damage. Other than that, there's, of course, like I mentioned, Knight Coronet, Queen Isabel. There's Anu. There's, well, Anu, it's not much for early game kind of thing, but there's a few other kind of like really niche Knights that I normally wouldn't use that kind of have a purpose earlier on in the game. But no, there really isn't anything too over the top under Knights. Like if we go under, let me see. There's just like no instance where you would ever need to pull it out is the main thing. So like here, useless, situational, useless, early game okay, useless, Corvash is great, our Guard's Avatar is great. Grave Knight, if you didn't have like a Mang or something, is good. Griffin Knight's used situationally. Herald of Chaos, that was the guy I was referring to. He's really good in early game. You get him for free from Blighted Lands Kingdom, and you'd probably already do that anyways to unlock Soulforge, so you pretty much just get him automatically for free. High Paladin's okay. King Mikhail's okay. Knight Coronet's among one of the best Knights. Lady Ironbeard under some circumstances is okay. Lance Knight is just used super early game, then it becomes dead content. Lion Prince is situational but can work in some situations. Luther is a okay attack buff, but you try getting rid of him as quickly as possible. Paladin is pretty dated and isn't normally worth it. Pride Guard's basically a weaker version of Paladin. Useless. Really good, high damage, good stat boost, plus it gives mana to all your allies, plus it gives armor to all your humans, and Knights are normally humans as well. Useless in most situations, 100% useless, only really used with Roans and not really used with Knights. Sir Gawain's mainly only used in Guild Wars, Sir Guild Wars. Snothelm, very situational, though he does have a really nice web entangle, which can be good, but on most teams, unless you're doing a lot of mana generation, you don't really use them with Knights. Useless, mostly useless, only really used with a Rowan. Useless unless you really needed a tank. Useless unless you really needed Entangle. Useless just in general. This thing is actually surprisingly good, even though I don't normally use it. It can get really tanky and basically solo an entire team, which is kind of weird. I don't normally use it because it's really slow, but for early game, Urskatir is actually quite decent. Useless, pretty useless. It's actually one of the worst mythics, unfortunately, War, because they buff nerfed him. Winter Knight is okay with its barrier and okay for early game, and Wolf Knight's basically like the true damage Knight version for early game. But yeah, as you can see there, most of those are useless. A good majority of them. And only a very small fraction are actually usable later in the game. Anyways, let's continue to hunt. Oh, did I forget to update it with the most recent one? No, never mind. I already got them all updated. Good. We're good to go. So far we got 3 in this current hour. I'm going to have to probably do it up till, I think, the hour and 10-minute mark, due to the fact that I haven't been doing battles the entire time. So like, if I try taking it at the hour, it's not going to work, because that's not technically a full hour. Any good Solzara team? Solzara is normally used within the context of not necessarily the team that you're using, but more so what the team you're facing is. It's only really good against teams that have very high HP, so things like all goblins, all giants, all dwarves, stuff like that. So you'd very rarely actually bring it out. As far as an actual team that you would use for it, it's normally built around just one heavy mana generator, and then you just keep poking them with Solzaras. So you can do something like a Gorgolfa, Solzara, Giant Spider, and then one other utility troop or damage troop. Probably damage, just so it speeds up the battle some. You just build around that. It's relatively cheap other than maybe the Gorgolfa, but of course there's plenty of replacements for Gorgolfa. Could use Mountain Crusher under your hero, could use Ragnagord, could use a cheaper Exploder of a similar color. Could even just use Azura, probably, and get away with that. 12 gnomes, no vault. Ouch. That is possible. I think we got, what, a 6% chance or so last time we checked what a drop rate of it is. So that means we need almost 20, wow. We almost need like 20 gnomes in order to get a key. So that means we'll get a key about once every 1.5 hours approximately, on average luck. And so far, we haven't even gone a half an hour yet. Hello, Mr. Lonely. Welcome. It feels weird wearing double bunny ears. Let's see. Let me go move that over. I need to go cut this tag later. I have no clue why you would put a tag like that on there. Okay, anyways, throw the firebomb down. You just got a vault key from a vault key. Very nice. I still have yet to see that. I've heard a lot of people mentioning it, and, well, obviously it's a thing, but I still have yet to get it. We've opened, like, what, 10, 11, 12 gnome keys or so? I mean, vault keys. Still no vault key from a vault key. I should probably go open up my other account's vault keys. Actually, then again, I think it only has one vault key at the moment, so not really that many. But I was gonna kind of, well, I think I'm still gonna be doing with it. It's probably gonna be next gnome event. I'm going to try to somehow get like 10 gnome keys on that account. Currently it only has one, so it still has a long ways to go. And basically do a video that all we do is like open up 10 gnome keys on that account, just to show what it gives. Because even though I have been collecting data on that, some, like as far as the vault keys, and of course other people in the community have as well, it's never been like actually done like back to back to back. Most people just open their keys immediately, or they'll save a few of them for when the gnome event comes around, the vault event. But I don't think anyone's bothered doing more than like 5, if that, at once. Alright, we'll go through that then. Yeah, let's keep going. Because there's not really any need to hold on to them other than for the monthly event. Oh, there we go, 4th gnome. So let's go take this guy out. Please give us the vault key. Come on, vault key. Come on, pure luck. Something that's not useless if not a vault key. Okay, that's a little bit better. 4,000 gold. That could be a lot better than that, but I'll take it. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. Oops. Wait, what? It just opened 2 of the exact same thing. Anyways, let me go and move that. Boom, 4. Boom, 4,000 gold. And there we go. Okay. I just realized something slightly bad about how I'm doing this, though. Because of how many drops we're going to have, the amount of data we have is going to be longer than the amount of room we have to fit it on. So I guess every single hour I will hide the current previous hour, and then we'll just bring them up all on screen at the end of the stream. I guess that will work. So basically, once we finish out an hour, we hide the current chat thingy, or you know, the current data, and then we just collapse it and then add a new one, and then that way we could bring them all up at the end. I also still have the previous thing's data too. We could bring them all next to each other and kind of just look at it after, just to kind of see. data is fun to have. The more data, the better. They're not going to tell us the drop rate, so we need some way to figure it out. Alright, we'll go through that down. Get a Sunbird. And that's that. Is there a good Sakima team that uses no mythics? Not fully certain on the no mythic part. I know I used to use it with Inferno King quite a bit with a mana generator. I forget specifically what mana generator. I want to say Mercy, though I do not recall specifically if that was the case. But I know I was messing with that quite a bit when Sakima first came out. For the most part, I don't really care for Sakima that much, though. Compared to like something like Divine or Shabella these days, it's just not as consistent. Sakima's really good for single target wipeout, so like if you need to clear out the first slot so that you can skull spam the second, that's in their lineup. It works really good for that, but in most other situations, it's not as good as most of the other converters. It's about mid-tier. It used to be quite a bit better, but then things like Divine Isabella started getting added. So relative to things like that, it's more towards like the middle of the pack with the double converts. And I still consider Inferno King just ever so slightly better than Sakima. Mainly because it's better at removing barrier, and it can still do to clean up the first slot. There are some situations where Sakima is specifically better, though. For example, if you're up against a Gorgolfa or something that has stone skin or any kind of skull mitigation in first slot, Sakima's the best of the converts that you can do. Even better than Divine or Shabella. But if you're specifically just against a normal troop up there, Sakima's not particularly good. Only when they specifically have skull mitigation is she decent. How good is Soul Kara? You mean Soul Zara? Or whatever her name is? She's kind of average. She's pretty good for soul gaining, though she's very situational, particularly later in the game. Because later in the game, you tend to have more HP than everyone around you. Or at least similar HP. And because of this, it's hard to hit the extra damage and extra souls on Soul Zara, which makes it very annoying to use. Okay, next stream, I am getting the scissors and cutting this. I'm not going to do it now, though. Let's see. This bothers me to no end. It's the little things that bother me. Like that little tag just sitting up there. Anyways. It's not green screening that's bothering me. It's the random tag on it. Of all the things. But anyways, let's go and rewind that. And get that down. Second Valraven from Vault? Nice. I wouldn't mind that. Shouldn't you have everything then? Because the gnome was available in the was available for those little gem thingies, and the other one was the legend, which was available for diamonds. So if you have a Valraven, you should have every single vault drop. That's actually what I'm trying to get right now. It's the main thing I want to get from this weekend, if we can, is a Valraven, because it's the only drop we don't have. Okay, I'm gonna remove this other ear. It's being all weird. Oops, not that one. We're going back to single ears. Starting to like hurt the head having both of them on. There we go. Keep the normal ears on now. Let me adjust it some. My head doesn't fit these that well. Like if I put it back more and have it more comfortable on my head, then it's barely visible. But there we go. That should be fine. It looks like it's like heading back into the void of space back there. There we go. That should be fine. Anyways, let's keep going. Thank you. Yeah, gotta get those bunny ears on. Be festive like the skulls. Get the firebomb down. I still find it really funny that it's the same color as ours. Though generally, most generic bunny ears are pink. Those ears look like something else. What else could they possibly look like? Yeah, we'll go throw that down. And then go throw a WAN at it. And there we go. Please go cut that tag off. I'll do it later for next stream. If I'm gonna wear double ears tomorrow, we're gonna cut off the tag. I'll make sure to preemptively do it. I knew the tag was on it, I just didn't realize it would be that much in the way. Okay, we'll go through the Sunbird down. You're not saying what it looks like? Isn't that like the same thing that those like Playboy things end up wearing? That's like the only other thing I could possibly think of that the those bunny ears look like. If you're thinking of something else, it's probably even dirtier than that. Okay, we'll go and throw a Sunbird down. And go move that down. Take the red. Get a Sunbird and go from there. Get a Rowan. And we should be good to go. Yeah, if anyone still has any questions that you want me to go over, hey, another treasure gnome, nice, or anything, or teams even for PvP, or just need help building teams or anything, let me know and we'll go over it. But of course, our main focus is hunting and getting data for the gnomes. What do we get? What do we get? Another 4,000 gold. Well, at least that means we don't have to update it much. We just have to go and replace out the one right there. So I'm gonna go do that right now. Where'd it go? Replace that with a 5. Replace that with a 2. And that's that. Move that down, move that down. And we're good to go. Okay, throw a firebomb down. I look like a Playboy bunny. Oh gosh. Okay. I'll go and throw the firebomb down. And should be good to go. Get a Rwand. And on to the next battle. What's the fastest Ward Breaker team you can think of? Crafted one. Oh, nice. You got a Ward Breaker finally. As far as very quick Ward Breaker teams, I love using it with 4x dragons. There's a few other ones that you can do with like Orgoltha and stuff. But 4x dragons is still one of my favorites. I'm not currently using the correct hero class with it. But it's Mountain Crusher with hero, the Dragon Guard hero class. I'm currently using Archer. Dragon Soul, Ward Breaker, and Glitter Claw. It's still wrong hero class, but it'll still work for what we need it to do. So right off the bat, we'll just go get that. Since we're using the wrong class, I might as well at least utilize the wrong class we're using to get his quicker mana. And then go from there, get a purple, and just keep throwing everything down. And we have 4 dragons, so we get full 20 AoE off the Dragon Soul. Throw that from our mana. And now we just keep throwing Glitter Claws into Ward Breakers. Or Ward Breaker if there's no Glitter Claw. And Dragon Souls for whenever there's none of either of them. And you just keep repeating that until you win. And that'll be that. You'll probably gain max souls most of the time. You'll get pretty quick wins. Pretty consistent win rates. Not the most consistent thing at winning, but it's pretty high up there. I think it's like 90% win rate or something. Maybe 85. But, yeah, pretty decent. And for the most part, it's one of the quicker teams. I just like using it because we can actually get 4x dragons into it pretty easily. And it's, I believe, the strongest 4x dragon team in the game as well, as far as sheer speed, if you're just only interested in speed and really no other factor. But yeah, that's basically what I normally run as Ward Breaker these days, for the most part. Basically, anything with Gorgoltha followed by Ward Breaker is also pretty decent, especially if you have fully traded Mercy, because you just go for first turn mana and just go crazy off of that. Good morning, Anthony! Welcome, welcome, welcome. Your highest win rate is 95% with Divines. Yeah, the Divines are quite amazing. There are a couple teams out there that we could probably get more towards like 98 to 99% win rate if we really wanted to. Though the problem is they go so much slower that it wouldn't be worth it. Going something like Divines is normally one of the best things to go right now, which is what I'm normally running in PvP. Any of like the full Divine teams. Mainly because Divine or Shabella is so decent for them, and there's so many heavy-hitting Divines like Ketris and Furnace and all of them. It's actually really interesting that Divine has gotten such heavy Divine hitters as well. Divine, for the longest of time, never really had anything heavy. Guard's Avatar was... Well, actually, I shouldn't say that. Paladin has always been a really heavy hitter. So that's not fully true, but... Guard's Avatar was one of, like, the very first ones that kind of started breaking through on that when he first came out. What team should you use Queen Jezebel in? There's 2 really funny teams. One is just more standard. You can use a Northrend, Valkyrie, Queen Jezebel, and followed by one other troop. Most of the time I actually just throw a second Queen Jezebel. One really funny team, though it does require 3 Queen Jezebels, though it does legitimately work, It is Queen Jezebel, Tesla, and Queen Jezebel. It's basically like a double Dwarven Gate Valkyrie Tesla, except slightly different, and it functions pretty much just the same way. It's really funny because you gain 6 armor to your entire team per turn, which is obviously quite convenient given that Tesla boost ratio is based on the armor. Also, Treasure Gnome, by the way. That would be our 6-1 this hour, and we're about halfway through the hour, so that would be, yep, that is exactly 12 per hour, approximately. 1 arcane and 2,500 gold. Well, so far this hour's loot is looking really bad. Oh, well, that changes it slightly. Treasure Gnome, right after the Treasure Gnome, I'll take it. Okay, sure, we'll leave it at 7, because we're about to get a drop from him anyways. Let's see, 2,000, oops, 2 mil gold, I wish. Could you imagine if you got 2 mil gold from one of these things? We only have like 3 mil total right now. Now we'll go through a Sunbird down. Come on, something good. 1 Volkey! That is what I want to see. Exactly what we need. Perfect. So, Volkey and 7. Not too bad. Not too bad. Let me go update the thingy. I keep moving it to a different location every time. That is not helping me find it. There we go. And 1 volt key. Wrong holiday. It's Easter, not Christmas. But anyways. There we go. First vault key of the stream. Let's go see what we get. Maybe this will be the first vault key we finally get a vault key in. Though the only thing I need is Valraven. So if we get a Valraven, that'd be great. Oops, that's not where they are. Games. Vault key. And let me just play it safe. We could easily kill it out with this, but I like going with the 100% win team. This thing basically never fails. Oops, come on, typing. There we go, put the Ogrin in there. And let's go see what we get from the key. Come on, good key loots. Also, I'm going to keep track of every single drop we get from this. Though I should probably put it onto its own little thing. So we'll go move that over. Throw that down. Get a Sunbird down. There we go. Come on, Volkey or a Valraven. What? Really? I've never seen it only give 1 drop because they all did the exact same resource. So let's break this down. We got 50,000 gold, 5,000 gold, 2,500 gold, and 2,500 gold. Why? What? Okay. Let's actually go and keep the data for this too. Vault key. Okay, so what was it again? 50,000 gold, 5,000 gold, and 2,500 gold twice. Well, I don't know what to think about that key. That is, like 15 minutes. Well, still, that's pretty good value. That's basically 15 minutes of playing PvP is how much gold that is. I guess that's okay, but still, that's, really? Out of everything you could possibly give us, there's a gigantic stack of gold. This isn't St. Patrick's Day. It's like every wrong holiday occurring at once. 4,000 gold, not 5,000? I said 4,000. Oh, wait, did I accidentally type 5,000? Oops, I accidentally typed 5,000. Yeah, I meant to type 4,000. It's impossible to get a 5,000 gold drop. Yeah, I meant to type in 4,000. Just a misclick. Mistype. Oh, wait, what? Is this our 3rd gnome in a row? What's happening? I don't mind, though. If we get, like, a gnome every battle, that'd be perfectly fine. I'm not complaining. Let's see. What do we get? 100 souls? Okay, maybe I should start complaining. 100 souls, really? Okay, let's see. Let's go throw that in there. Add that to the useless soul pile. Oh, that's actually the first time we've gotten 100 souls. Though, expect to see it a lot more. Well, we actually did pretty good. It took us 8 gnomes, technically 11 if you count the vault, until we found 100 souls. So that's actually a pretty good rate of not finding 100 souls. It's one of the most common drops. Actually, it's the most common drop off it, based on the data we got last time. So yeah, that's actually quite nice that it took us forever to get it, because it's one of its worst drops, other than like 2 minor trait stones. Streamer bonus. Yeah, we're up to 8, and we're only about 30 minutes in. Because I'm counting about this from this 10-minute start of the stream. Is of course we threw some PvP teams in there and we weren't consistently doing it the entire time. Yeah, it's about 12 gnomes per hour. As far as the actual loots, well, we'll have a bunch of data on the actual specific loots per hour. I wanted to specifically break it down by hour this time, because that would make more sense, just to kind of give an idea of what you get per hour from it. I'm not even fully certain yet if farming these things are worth it. It's hard to tell. Probably next patch it will be a little bit more. I'm not quite sure if it's really worth doing this patch, though. Unless you really wanted the resources. I guess it's kind of worth it if you're going to be doing anyways, like for the event. Because this event you'll already be farming at least 300 red kills, but I don't know if you would normally really need to do this. Because it seems like the average diamond loot, the average gem loot per hour is about, I think, 50 to 60, I think. Around that general ballpark. So it depends if you consider that to be worth it. Like 50 to 60 or so gems per hour. Which actually is pretty high compared to like anything else you could do. Even treasure hunt, if you were like fully focused on it, would only be about 20 to 50 per hour, and 50 only on like the higher ends. More often than not, it would average more towards about 30, 35, 40. And that's if you're specifically aiming for diamonds, as in you're trying to get every single one into a green chest or a red chest or higher. What's going on here? We are currently farming a bunch of treasure gnomes in Gems of War to try to get data on them. And we have bunny ears on to be festive for the holidays. And yeah, and we'll have some redeem codes later during the stream as well. We'll be giving out 2 redeem codes today and tomorrow. And we'll be streaming the same time tomorrow for a few hours around 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time and so. And yeah, pretty much just enjoying the weekend and getting the treasure gnomes hunted. I will not be doing any kind of Easter stream. We'll still be streaming at our normal time, like always, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at night. But I'll be busy on Easter, so we don't have any Easter stream. So instead, we're kind of celebrating it today and tomorrow. So that's why we had the bunny ears and everything. Also, the skulls are bunny ears as well. Oops, why am I still using... I didn't even notice that. Wow. I've been... Really? I just did like 5 battles, not even noticing I forgot to switch it back. That takes skill. It takes skill to have that much ignorance. Okay, we'll go take the red down. Actually, I don't even need the red there. We'll take the green to the red to the extra turn into the... Oh, what that just happened there. Seriously, it took me 5 battles to realize, or however long that was, to realize that that is not the normal team. Fail. Let me go put the Rowan in there. I should like save this team to a different slot so we don't have to keep replacing it every single time. Of course, we're very rarely going to be getting vault keys. It's going to only occur like once an hour, if that. But still. 8 p.m. Easter Standard Stream. Ah, that's funny. That's funny. For Eastern Standard Time, this Easter Standard Stream. I'm doing Explore right now. Basically, everything we're going to be doing for today and tomorrow, at least during our morning streams, are going to be Explore. The main reason for this, there's 2 reasons. One is the event is related to doing this, though we're probably already going to get it done by the end of the day. We already got up to 120, 100 of which we actually just did during the stream in under an hour, so it's easily going to be done by like the end of the stream. But this is one of the reasons. You have to kill reds in Explorer, and you have to do it specifically in Explorer. But the other reason, of course, is gnomes have the highest chance of appearing in Explorer. Not because Explorer has a higher chance of specifically finding them, but because you can kill quicker in Explorer. Between the fact that there's a repeat button, combined with the fact that you can just wipe them in a matter of seconds most of the time, it's the quickest way to find gnomes. It's a lot quicker than PvP. Even though PvP has the same drop rate, it takes a lot longer to win a PvP battle on average. Even if you go for weaker opponents and stuff, it still takes longer overall than compared to Explorer. Explorer could potentially do about 4 per hour, though I think we're more towards the average of 3 per hour whenever we're streaming, just because I'm normally looking over at chat and stuff like that. But it is possible to do upwards of about 4 to almost 4.5 if you get like really good, but more on average about 4 per hour you can end up expecting if you have decent stats on your stuff. It is more towards about 2 per hour earlier on in the game, but it's still not too bad. 2 wins per hour is still decent. You can use this exact same team from pretty early on as well. Though, of course, as I mentioned, with lower stats, it's about 2 per hour, not 4 per hour. But still pretty decent. But yeah, Sunbird you get is the hardest part to get from this team. It's an ultra rare. It is currently within one of those little color things, so you could try getting it that way. I believe it's under purple. It's either the purple thing or the red gem thing. I forget. But under the Soul Forge, there's like a 1 in 8 chance under one of those color things to get a Sunbird this week, as well as a Flame Troll, which helps in Invasion. Other than that, as well as just in general, other than that, you can just get it from like Glory or Gem Keys, hopefully. It's a random drop though, so it's pure luck if you try getting it that way. Rowan you get for free for completing out Forest of Thorns, which most people do anyways for Archer hero class. And Firebomb is just a common, so most people have that. I wouldn't the Firebomb doesn't need to be fully traded. Only thing that needs to be fully traded on this team, but it's a common, so its traits are really cheap. You could farm them in probably an hour or so. Doesn't take too long. You probably already have them laying around if you haven't already upgraded it. Can I try Sunbird, Forest Guardian, Giant Crab, and Firebomb? Why Giant Crab? Doesn't that, like, move them or something? I don't see why we would need to move the opposing team. Wait, what does Giant Crab do again? I actually completely forget. Giant Crab. Deal damage to an enemy, the first and last enemy, then switch them. Yeah, why would we need that? If we're already running Rowan on our team. I don't quite understand the point in that. I can see maybe if we were doing more towards a PvP team to like move them around and shuffle them to get rid of like some kind of order that they might have set up. But for Explorer, we would never need a crab. Because they die before we even need to do anything else. They just like instantly drop and then that's that. There aren't really too many improvements we can make to the current team we're using. There are a couple different variants of it, though this is just my personal preference as far as what I like using. There are some teams that can actually win about like 1 second quicker than this or so, but I just prefer using this. I will go for that. Yeah, it's under purple, the purple thing under Soulforge right now. 1 in 8 chance of getting it, and a 1 in 8 chance of also getting Flame Troll, which is pretty nice. I think there was a few other good drops on there too, like Banshee and stuff. Or at least early game, that's good. You'll never see me using it because there's so many better alternatives later on in the game. But it's pretty good when you're first starting out due to its soul gain and decent damage, due to its boost ratio. You do not have Infernus, any cheaper team for Invasion. You can normally replace out Infernus with Goblin Rocket. In most situations, you can replace out Ward Breaker or Infernus with Goblin Rocket, and the team will still function exactly the same, except slower. As far as win rate, anyways. It may seem weird because it does so little damage, but because it has such high extra turn potential, it makes up for that in how many turns and board control it can spam. Takes a little while getting used to how to use it properly, but once you kind of get the hang of using a Firebomb, it is insanely powerful. Probably one of the top 10 troops in the game, actually, which is why you normally see me replacing it out for things like Ward Breaker and stuff occasionally. Because it's just really cheap. It's something most people have. The only trait it needs is its first trait, so that's makes it more accessible as well. It's not like you need to fully trade it or anything. And it's just low enough rarity that most people have it. It's also a great way to learn board control because it's pretty easy to use for the most part. It's not like a 3x explosion that doesn't gain an extra turn where you might need to like set things up weirdly and stuff like that. At least with him, you automatically have the turn, so there's less ways to mess it up. Though that does give it even more possibilities, though. It's easier to use, but harder to master, basically, the whole Goblin Rocket thing. Because there are so many weird board control tricks that you can do with it. Him and Goblin Rocket and Dragonian Monk are the two hardest troops to really use in the game, I would say, for the most part. Mainly because there's so many different things that you can do with both of them. Oh yeah, sorry. I thought you meant just in general. My bad. No, Goblin Rocket is not an elemental. You're correct. As far as a replacement for that, if you have Garuda this week for elementals, is a decent replacement. Garuda works pretty well. And I'm trying to think of another damage source. I mentioned one earlier. Rowan. Garuda or Rowan. Basing your entire team around one of those is perfectly fine. What do we get? What do we get? 100 souls. Yep. I told you. It was just a weird coincidence that we happened to not get 100 souls for such a long time. Now we're just getting 100 souls to 100 souls, and then we're just going to get like 100 souls in a row. Okay, let's go update that. 9. We're almost up to 12 in an hour. We're getting there. And then once we have all this for the hour, we're going to collapse it, and then we'll go and bring up another little thing of it. Should probably just copy paste it or something. Oh no, we'll figure out something for it. We're gonna hide it, but then I need to go retype the thing, I guess. It'll only take like 30 seconds. Go throw the land down. I'm just such a slow typer. Well, not a slow typer, but I don't know. I'm not the best at typing. Which seems kind of weird, but I don't know. I've never been like exceptionally good at typing. I think it's mainly because like kinetic activities or whatever it's called, like anything that specifically requires like precise movement like that, I'm normally pretty bad at. Because I always like move slightly off. Like I tried learning the piano once. No, it's never going to happen. it just doesn't work. I'll go and throw that down. I think it's mainly because I'm really bad at gauging my location relative to my surrounding is the biggest issue. I also get lost very easily. Yes, bunny ears. Why not? The skulls have them. Everything has them. We're celebrating it early because I will not be specifically doing an Easter stream for Easter. We'll still be streaming on Easter, but, you know, it'll be, like, after the fact, like, at 8 p.m. You type like you read, but you speak like a machine? I don't speak like a machine. I'll go throw Sunbird down. I speak like a New Jerseyan. Kind of. I don't have like a really heavy New Jersey accent, but I do have like a lot of the slang and really quick talking of a New Jersey accent. There's a lot of people in New Jersey that will talk like way quicker than me. I'm like the average speed of talking around there. Okay, we'll go throw a Sunbird down. Go get that down. That in New York. Everyone in New Jersey and New York just talks so quick, for the most part, on average. Okay, we'll go move that over. Move that. Get that down. Go do that. Get a Sunbird down. And there we go. Today on PS4, you've got 2 gnomes in a row, and both had a vault key. Oh, nice. Yeah, we've gotten a couple of double gnomes in a row. Even a triple gnome in a row, though. Never back-to-back vault keys on them. Sir Tacet Fuzzy Bottom. Oh, gosh. That's funny. Actually, I believe you can, like, infinitely change your YouTube name as many times as you want. I think there's a slight delay on it, though. And I wouldn't want to do that, though. Because then for the duration of that, it would be harder to find a channel, since it would be a completely different name, which would be all weird. Anyways, we'll go move that. Throw the Rowan down. That is pretty funny. Oh, a gnome! I should have gave the treasure gnome bunny ears for Easter. Or oh, you know what they should have done? They should have made a Easter egg as the vault, as the bag right here. Instead of a bag, they should have made it an Easter egg. They totally should have done that. They missed an opportunity right there. I need to go tell them that so they can do it next year. They need to make that a Easter egg. And then if it happens during Christmas, they need to make it a little present thingy. 2 minor trait stones. His worst possible drop. That's even worse than 100 souls. Oh, well, back-to-back treasure gnome, at least. So that's not too bad. Let's make that 11, since we're going to have to update it anyways. There we go. Okay, let's go. Let's see. 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10. Hold up. Oh, yeah, and 11 will be the one we're killing right now. I was going to say, we're 1 off. But yeah, that's because we haven't killed him yet. And there we go. And now we get to see what that other one is. Come on, Volky. Another double miner. No. Okay, well, 3 double miners then. The worst drop. Oh, 3 gnomes in a row. I'm perfectly fine with this. Keep it up. Let's see how many gnomes we can get in a row. I've never gotten 4 gnomes in a row before. I've gotten 3 about 3 to 4 times. Well, let's see. If we get another gnome in a row, that'll be amazing. What do we get? Can you actually drop something that's not horrible? We've got 3 gnomes in a row, but it's like double minor trade stone twice and 100 souls, so not really giving us anything, even though we keep getting gnomes. Like, let's see if we can get 4 gnomes in a row for the first time. Come on, 4th gnome. Nope, can't get that lucky. Yeah, it's gonna be a while. You'd have to get insanely lucky. It's like, what, about a 1 in 15-ish or somewhere's in there? You'd have to hit like 4 1 in 15 chances in a row. That's less likely that something like a Dragon Soul or something back then, or Inferno King, would revive like 4 times in a row. By a lot less, actually. It's technically been an hour, but it's technically not been an hour, because we were doing some PvP teams and messing around with some other stuff. I'm counting the hour at the 10-minute mark, because we haven't been playing the entire duration and stuff like that. Even though it's technically been an hour of streaming, it hasn't been an hour of us actually playing. Yeah, at about the 110 mark, it should be about an actual real hour. This hour is above average, though, at the moment, I do have to say. As far as the amount of gnomes we're finding. Not the loot, but specifically the gnomes that we're finding is above average. Tonight you got 3 Celestial Trait Stones from a gnome for the first time. Very nice. Yeah, that is one of their drops. For whatever reason, they only drop it in pairs of 3. Or pairs, you know. I always call pairs of... That's weird. That's like a contradiction, pair of 3. But I always say that so much. But, you know, they drop them in 3s. I don't know why, but they only ever drop them in 3s. Kind of like they only drop... Oh, never mind. That's not true. I was going to say they only drop event keys in 3s as well. But no, they drop it in 1 event key or 3 event keys. But yeah, it is weird. Because they don't drop 1 Celestial Trait Stone. They only ever drop 3. It's kind of odd. But I don't mind. That's better than it dropping 1. That is for sure. I don't actually need that drop, though. But getting it isn't horrible. Do I play all platforms or just PC? No, I only play on the PC version of Gems of War. It's available on every single platform pretty much, but I only ever play it on PC. Also, I believe we're approaching the 5,000 hours on PC as well. I think we're somewhere around like 4,200 or something. Let me see. I keep forgetting what we're at these days. Check the almighty Steam. I barely even use Steam for anything. Like, if you go check my most recently played games, it's like Gems of War, and that's pretty much it. I used to play a lot more on Steam, but lately I haven't really been doing much. It just says Gems of War, Puzzle Quest, which we just finished up last Saturday, and Strife, which was a MOBA I still play on occasion, though the game kind of died out, unfortunately. It's kind of like a mix of Dota 2 and League of Legends. Anyways, what was I looking for? I'm looking for... hours played in this game. 4,201 hours. And that's not even counting, like, actual editing to videos and stuff like that. Like, all of the, you know, additional stuff related to videos. And that's also not counting my other accounts that I've played on. It counts some of them, but not all of them. But yeah, total... Yeah, if you count everything I've ever done Gems of War related total, it's probably been like 7,000 hours. Though even that's not even close to the highest amount in the game. There are people that are already over 10,000 hours and played in the game. And I believe Techni, the guy who has the highest level in the game, is almost 13,000 hours played, which is quite amazing. I think he has the most playtime in this game out of anyone. Pretty sure, or pretty close to it. Which would make sense. He is the highest level after all in the entire game. But I think he's thinking of quitting soon. Last I heard, he's quitting after he reaches level 2,000. And he has such a lead right now that even if he quits for an entire year, he will still be the highest level in the game. The entire time that he quits. Because he has just such a gigantic lead. He has about a 1-year lead, like I mentioned, over the person who's currently in second. Assuming the person in second keeps going at the exact same rate. We'll go through that down. Get a firebomb down. Do I have a cheap invasion team that can work for Sunbird Rowan team? Doesn't work past stage 4 for you. For what? Invasion? Oh yeah, for invasion. For invasion, you could try going a double troll if you have, into a Mang. You could do Rock Troll, Dark Troll, or any of the other combos that are related to going into Mang mana that you happen to have. That would end up working for it. And then you just put one other support troop and basically just build your entire team around Spam Mang. And just build it around that. Oh, you write that, and then you get a gnome that drops a vault key. Very nice. Karma right there. I'll go throw Sunbird down. What's your favorite soul farming team? Normally Valkyrie, Triple Fair Shra, or Dragon Soul, Triple Fair Shra. Probably more towards the Dragon Soul, Triple Fair Shra. Also, I've been trying lately some, due to people's suggestions, to do, what was it called? Because people who have less fair Shras end up doing it, and it works pretty decently. Dragon Soul, Double Fair, Dragon Soul, Double Fair Shra, and, Umberwolf. Because the Umberwolf creates a perpetual purple storm, and it allows you to spam Dragon Soul a lot more, and it makes the battles go quicker. Though you do get slightly less souls. You get a 150% less souls per battle. We're already getting so many souls that I believe it does the exact same rate. Or in some cases, it could even be higher. I still have yet to test it extensively to see if it's better to run Dragon Soul Triple Fair Shra, or if it's better to run Dragon Soul Double Fair Shra and Umberwolf. Though, of course, if you only have two Fair Shras, obviously run the Umberwolf one. But I'm still not sure if the 3-1 is actually quicker than it or not. It's so similar that you're pretty much better off never getting the third one. I have mentioned in the past that's kind of worth it, but with the Umberwolf team, it's pretty much the same thing as having 3 while only having 2. So it ends up working out quite nicely. But there really isn't anything better that can get quicker than those two teams. Both of them are around 50,000 souls per hour, give or take about 10,000 or so. Depending on how accurately you're doing everything and VIP bonuses and stuff like that. But it's the quickest soul farming teams in the game by a pretty large margin. Most soul farming teams only average about 20,000. Like, for example, like Valkyrie, Triple Warlock, or Dragon Soul, Triple Azurus, or Dragon Soul, Umberwolf, Double Azurus, stuff like that. All those teams are more towards about 20,000, maybe 25,000 if you're lucky per hour. Sometimes even slightly less. It's about 15,000 to 25,000. It varies around that area. Is there even a level cap? There is. There used to be a level cap of 100. And then after about a month or two of the game being out, they raised it to 1,000. Then after about a year and a half of the game being out, they raised it to 10,000. Though the current way that it scales, it is literally impossible to reach level 10,000. It would take somewhere around 50 years to reach level 10,000. The current person who has level 1,930, which is, yeah, well, that level, is level 1,930, the highest level currently in the game by a very large margin, has, like I mentioned, it's about 13,000 hours played or something. And yeah, that's a lot. So it would take somewhere around 120,000 hours played, which is just an absurd amount of hours to actually reach the level 10,000. It's realistically not supposed to be reached, but it's so unrealistic that I don't even know why they have it as the actual level cap, because it's so far away that no one ever, in the history of ever, will reach that number. Even if the game lasts for another decade, no one will reach that number. Unless they rescale it or do something to it. Alright, we'll go through a firebomb down. Never say never. No, it's never happening. It would take way too long. It is so unrealistic for it to ever happen. Even people that are specifically trying to do something kind of like that aren't even remotely close. It's still going to be like another few months before the first person even reaches level 2,000. And you have to keep in mind, the way that it scales, it keeps getting harder to level every single time. You keep needing to get more and more EXP, basically, every single level beyond level 1,000. You'll start to notice it probably around level 1,050 or so, once you start to get over 1,000. Like, initially, it's like, oh yeah, you're gaining, like, resources so quick, you're getting all these event keys and glory, and then you realize by, like, 1,050, it's like, oh yeah, the leveling's starting to get a bit slower, and then you realize by about level 1,100, it's like, oh wow, it's going to take a lot of EXP now to gain every single level, and just keeps going and going like that indefinitely forever. And yeah, it could take a while. It takes some time. Like, even today, I think it takes us about every week we only gain about 1 or 2 levels because of how long it takes us to level now these days. I think it's more towards about 2 or so. But yeah, it takes starts taking forever once you start reaching that higher level range. Oh, whoops! It's about the hour time, so let me go close out this current data and go open up a new one. So let me close this one out. I should probably be naming these. Oh, well, we'll open them all later. And then add a text-based file thingy. Add, where's text? Text GDI plus. I have no clue what code base that even is. Let's see. Luckily, there's just a text box that we could fill here. Treasure gnomes hour 2 0, and there we go. Text box has been assigned. So let me go click save. That would be a fail if I didn't save the data. Click OK, and there we go. Actually, I think it auto saves, but oh well. Oops. Let me go move that. Move that right there. Sure, right there. Why not? And there we go. Okay. So let's keep track of this hour now and see what we get. So the hour now is basically at the 10-minute mark then of the stream. So yeah, it's about what is that? 4 every minute, 5 every thing. So 4 times 5. So yeah, Treasure Gnome is around a 1 in 15 to 1 in 20 drop, approximately, as far as how many battles it takes. Either it's around the 1 in 15 to 1 in 20 whenever it's the Treasure Gnome event. Is how many battles you'll need to do between every single gnome. So it's about the same drop rate as an arcane trait. So I think we've already gone over this before, but it's just confirming it even more as far as the data we currently have. And that comes out to, if you can win 3 wins per minute or more, it comes out to approximately 12 gnomes per hour. On average. Could be more, could be less, but it pretty much reaches that point every single time. Even when doing it slightly slower, it's still been getting to that, about that same point. Which isn't too bad. Also, what was the loot that we actually got from the previous hour? Oops, I already closed it out, but it's pretty bad, actually. We got very few gem-related stuff. The Vault key we did get was all gold, too. All it gave us was 59,000 gold. We got a gold drop, a gold drop, a gold drop, a gold drop, and a gold drop. I've never seen it only drop 1 resource before, but it happens. We'll go throw a sunbird at it. Need that caffeine. I probably need to find a healthier way of drinking caffeine. Because I don't like doing coffees, and I hate having to do sodas. Especially since I normally just do normal ones instead of like diet ones, which are like so ridiculously high in sugar. They're so good though. Too addicting. Sugar, the most addicting drug. We'll go through that then. Go through the caffeine, I mean the fire bomb. So the first gnome of the hour, or of this hour. Come on, Volky, off the first one, go. Nope. The trend of the useless 100 souls continues. Oops, not that many. 100 souls, 1. There we go. And what do we need to throw? Oops, I should have taken the reds, actually. You just got a Valraven from a vault? Nice. Oh, I'm gonna be like the only person without a Valraven now. It's the only troop I'm missing. Not counting Zugoff, but no one has Zugoff, so I'm technically not missing it, since no one owns it. Everyone's missing it, so technically no one's missing it. I'm not even sure how close the closest person is to getting a Zugoff. I think the highest person's at 4 power orbs right now, I want to say. I haven't really heard anyone mentioning much on it on the forums or anything. You'll get level 1000 today? Nice. That is a pretty big milestone, that is for sure. And let's go get a Rwan down. And down it goes. Well, so far this hour, I guess, is going okay. We did one in this 5 minutes, so we're going on to the next 5 minutes. So, yeah, we're at a basically average rate so far for the current hour. Of course, we want to be getting above average so we can actually get some better loots. Here, go throw that down. Get a sunbird in there. Oops, come on, please cast. I can't wait till they add the auto cast hotkey things. That'll make playing on PC so much quicker. We might even be able to reach 4.5 wins per minute if we were to like super focus on it. Right now I'm probably doing like 3 per minute right now. That's because I'm focusing a little bit less because I'm looking over at chat here and there and all that. But I know I can easily do 4 whenever I'm like super focused on it and not like worrying about anything else. It's just it's harder to do that during a stream, obviously. How's it going on the gnome hunting? Very good. We did a whole hour, got our 12, got a whole vault key of just gold. Of 59,000 gold and nothing else, because all of them dropped gold, which is funny. First time I've seen them all drop the same resource. But, yeah, it's been going pretty well so far. We're pretty much right at the average drop rate of most of the stuff, so nothing too special. And our one vault key, as I mentioned, nothing really too, actually over the top in it. We're also getting very few things that are actually gem-related as well. I think we only got like 5 gems earlier, that was it. I didn't get any keys yet or anything like that other than the vault key. But the vault key didn't have any keys, so, or gem-related stuff, so... Technically, even though we had got a vault key, nothing gem-related was in there. So our gem rate's actually really bad so far. Come on, why must you revive like that? I hate that this kingdom has these things in here. It's not specifically this kingdom that has that, but they keep appearing for whatever reason. Which is annoying, because you have to keep killing them over. If they had red in them, I wouldn't mind, because that's the current event, but they don't. Neither of them have red in it. He creates red, but he doesn't actually use red, or, you know, he doesn't he doesn't specifically himself use red in any way. Oh, so we'll have the first redeem code coming up pretty soon. I think I'll give it on the half-hour mark, so in like 15 minutes or so. And then we'll have another one a little bit later on during the stream as well. And we'll have another 2 tomorrow. If you guys have any other questions or anything, let me know. Oh, happy birthday, Cherry Top. Very nice. Very, very nice. Happy birthday. I hope the treasure gnomes treat you well today. And the Easter bunny leaves you a bunch of stuffs. Easter bunnies. Alright, we're gonna move that over. I remember when I was younger, I would like go around the yard like finding all of the little Easter egg things. Those were always funny. My mom actually had to go do that at her work because it's more of like a... oh, what's the proper word for it? I guess technically like a convention center. That's not the proper word for it, but it's something like that. And they were like having a bunch of kids for this event thing. And she basically had to do a bunch of arts and crafts with them, and they were doing like egg hunts and all that kind of stuff. It's funny. And she actually gets paid for doing that too. She was still getting like $10 an hour. Wish I could get $10 an hour to do something that simple. Just watch a bunch of kids and do like a bunch of crafts with them. But anyways, 2,500 gold for that gnome right there. But then again, I can't complain. We're literally getting paid to play a video game right now. So that's not too bad either. Of course, I'm making way less though. Normally doing a live stream on YouTube with how many I currently have as far as like viewers and such is probably only about $1 or $2 per hour with no donations. But I'm also making money from all the videos I already have up. So, but this stream specifically itself, it's definitely not for the money, that's for sure. It's mainly just because I enjoy doing this and spending time with all you guys. Well, let's go through the move that over. Get the firebomb down. The cake is a lie. Oh, I had a really good chocolate cake the other day. Preemptive Easter celebration. Couldn't help myself. Let's see. Where's your cake? Oh, another no, nice. I would give you a cake if I still had any left. Actually, I do still have a cake left. Let's see. We'll ship it over. Alright, go take that out. And what do we get from the next gnome? Please give us a vault key. Hopefully we can get a vault key every hour. Nope. Oh, wow. That's not too bad, though. 20,000 gold. I forget if he can specifically drop 50,000 or not. I know he used to be able to drop over 50,000 gold. I'm not sure if they made 20,000 his highest gold drop or not, though. I believe he still can do 30, 40, and 50,000, but it's at such a ridiculously low drop rate, though. But that's one of his better gold drops. Very nice, 20,000. It's his fourth highest gold drop. It should be 20, 30, 40, and 50. It's either his fourth highest or his highest. I'm not fully certain on that. But, yeah, that's pretty nice. Oh, double gnome. Very nice. Wow, we're getting a lot of back-to-back gnomes, actually. Almost feels slightly higher than usual, even though it's been the exact same rate. Because we got 12 the last hour. Up, 5 gems again. What's with these 5 gem drops? It's the same thing we got earlier, too. 5 gems. Oops, I just did gens. 5 gens. 5 gems. And move that. Boom, boom. And there we go. Play again. The birthday cake emote. They have like an emote for everything, gosh. That does remind me, YouTube did finally, like earlier, several months ago, though I haven't ever bothered setting it up, make kind of like what Twitch did, where they have like those custom emotes and everything. I still might do that eventually. They would also do like a little subscription thingy on YouTube specifically, which would basically just be like Patreon, except implemented into YouTube itself with some rewards. Basically exactly how subscriptions work on Twitch, where it basically just... actually, I don't know if it removes ads or not, specifically on YouTube. But I know on Twitch, it basically just, like, removes ads, gives you, like, emoticons that you can use and a few other things. I've been meaning to set that up for the longest of times, I just haven't bothered yet. But I will eventually. We can get a bunch of funny emoticons in. Alright, we'll just go throw that down. It's something I tried setting up, like, I think, like, a year ago. But at the time, they didn't have it easy to set up to the point where you had to basically just get picked for it. But then last year, they ended up making it like really, really easy to set it up. I just haven't bothered doing it yet. It's really easy to set up, which is why I haven't done it. Fail. Oh, you got 50k from one not too long ago. Very nice, yeah. From specifically a gnome or from the big guy? Because I know the big guy has it at a lot higher rate. But yeah, I guess the gnomes can do it too. How did you get your profile picture? Oh, I got it from a specific artist that does a lot of dragon art. He actually does some really, really nice works. Or she. Actually, I think it's a she. I don't even remember. It's always hard to tell because he/she is always either wearing one of those pilot masks because he/she is in the Air Force, U.S. Air Force, and also either that or a fursuit. So it's hard to tell if what gender it actually is. I think it's she, even though I always call him a he, just because, I don't know, the character looks more male. But anyways, yeah. I can go give their art page real quick. They do some pretty nice work. 1 second. Let me go head over there. Let's see. But yeah, it mainly does, like, dragon stuff. Let me see. There it is. And there's the gallery. And there's all the stuff. All of the things. But yeah, right there. I think that link works. That should be it. Click on new tab. And yeah, that's the artist I end up getting the thingy from. Does mainly dragon work and stuff. Related art. We'll go and go throw this down. 100 souls. And there we go. What's with the 100 souls? I wish that would just be completely removed from their drop table. I'm pretty sure they are next patch removing that. I've heard mention of it, though I have no clue if it's been confirmed 100%. I should probably ask them during next stream, though they probably wouldn't give me a definitive answer, even if I did ask. But I definitely need to do that next Monday. Ask whoever's on stream if what the rework to the gnomes is actually going to be. I will go throw that down. First gnome with 2 minor trait stones. Expect that a lot more. 2 minor trait stones, 2,500 gold, and 100 souls are the most common drops. Specifically, 100 souls and 2,500 gold are extremely common off them, and they're both completely horrible. Oops, let me fix that. My pre-recording thing wasn't even going on the live setting. I hate when it does that. Actually, my stream is lagging on my ends. What is this? Hopefully it's not lagging on your guys' ends. That's really strange. I'm like trying to watch my own stream back and it's not even working. Good job, YouTube. Hopefully it's not being bad on the other end. But if you guys have any questions, anything you want me to go over, just let me know. Oh yeah, first redeem code. Let me go do that. I set it around the half-hour mark. That's pretty much now. Let me go hand out the first one. Might as well. Let's go give out the first code. How many gnomes were we at? 5 this hour? Oh, that's actually pretty good. We've gone for 15 minutes and got 5. That's actually quite a bit above average, though we did get like a double gnome back-to-back, so that helped it quite a bit. Anyways, let me go and... let me go... Where to go? Where to go? Redeem code. Boom. Go under there. That's not the redeem code. That's where you use the redeem code. Where's my stash of codes? Oh no! I need more codes! Salty! Actually, I think Salty's still on her trip, if I'm not mistaken. Well, I'm going to have to go contact Syrup then. Because we only have enough for codes for today, Monday, and that's about it. So hopefully sometime next week they'll give me more, because I am pretty much out after that. Okay, let's go and double check to see if this actually works. Put the invite code in, boom. Redeem, I'm not a robot. Put that there, boom, boom. Move that there. Copy all that, make sure it works, redeem, and successful. Okay, and all of it looks good. So let me go copy paste it, put it into the interface, and we'll be good to go. Go put this over here, put this under the redeem code section. Where'd it go? Redeem code, redeem code, redeem code. It's hiding from me. I just had it set up. The problem is I'm making so many other interfaces that's overriding. Oh no! Hopefully that's saved. It just closed my other window. Yeah, it's saved. That's weird. The default saves. Why does it have an OK button if it default saves? That is so strange. Anyways, yeah, that's centered enough. There we go. Good. There we go. No. I hate that this has no centered button. Both of them are off-center. Okay, that'll be good enough. We'll just put that right there. And there's the code. I'll go post it in the chat since it's slightly hard to read right there. But let me go and just copy the entire thing. Put that there. And there you guys go. There is the redeem code for any of you that want to go and use it. Use it on gemsofwar.com underneath the game code section. It gives the standard reward. Redeem code can be found below or in chat. You can just simply copy paste it. The link is gemsofwar.com underneath the game code section, or the link I just posted. And your invite code can be found underneath your settings menu, and wherever it says invite code, whatever your game says there is what you put there. And it gives the normal reward of, not that is the current event thing. We're almost done with it already. I told you it would be quick. We're going to have it done by the end of this stream without even really trying that hard. We just have to do like another hour and we already got it done. That is like super easy resources. 12 event keys, 3 gems, and 85, 3 gem keys and 85 gems for free. And 4 Rowan's. Rowan's actually really nice too. Mentioned a lot like how decent she is. It would also make it so you don't even need to go do Forest of Thorns, though you probably would still do it for Archer class. But anyways, let me go take my tribute and go claim the redeem code thing. And that gives them the normal reward as always. 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold. Let's see what we get from the 1 gem key. Anything good? Nope, just a rock spirit. Well, that's good in early game, but this is late in the game. It is near useless. Early game is actually really amazing. But anyways, back to the gnome hunt. Yeah, nope. No problem for the code, everyone. No problem. Okay, let's go take that skull. Move that over. And we'll have another one later, and we'll have another 2 tomorrow in celebration of Easter. Though then again, we kind of already would have given them out. I won't have any spears though, unfortunately, because we're so low right now. Unless I could get Syrup to give more in that time, but I don't believe Syrup works on the weekend, so I have no way of actually gaining more redeem codes at the moment. But, you know, we still have the normal amount, so we'll still be able to give out the normal amount that we always give. We'll go get the Sunbird in there. Codes work on PC and mobile. They do not work on console versions, unfortunately. You will not be able to use them on PS4 or on Xbox One. But they do work on all the mobile versions and on the PC Steam version. Yeah, they haven't been able to get it to work. It's due to legal reasons why they haven't been able to get it on console. They've tried 2 times in the past. Both of the times they have failed. And it's not really that high on their priority list with how big of a hassle it's been for them. So they've kind of pretty much given up on trying to get it on console. Okay, we'll go throw a firebomb down. Come on, firebomb. What was the fluffy link prior? The fluffy link? No, all of his stuff is safe on that thing. There are some pages on that, including my own, which is slightly less safe. But his page is completely safe. Also, unless you specifically turn not to safe or the safe for work off, it's not ever going to show anything. But everything he has in his gallery is all safe. I wouldn't be posting it here if it wasn't. But then again, I kind of have mine posted. But the only reason I have mine posted there is because the default of it wouldn't show anything else if you're just normally logged in. Because you have to specifically turn off the age restriction thing. But yeah, I have some really weird stuff if you ever went to my gallery. Never do that. No, just kidding. Anyways, we'll go throw a firebomb down. But yeah, everything there is perfectly safe under that link. You don't need to worry about that. Under specifically his gallery anyways. But yeah, unless you specifically log in, it automatically default has it that way. You'd have to specifically log in and disable it from being safe. Not everything furry related is fetish. Of course, it is a high concentration, but not literally everything. Anyways, 4,000 gold off the next gnome. Let's go and update the thingy. What are we at right now? What is the number? Where'd it go? There it is. We're at 6, and we just got 4,000 gold. I believe that was 4,000 gold. That is not how you spell 4,000. 4,000 gold, not even close. Okay, anyways, put that there, boom, boom, and we're good to go. Anyways, put that back in the corner, and throw firebombs down. Oh, sorry, I skipped your question. My bad. Yeah, if I ever miss any of your guys' questions, please mention it, because I do sometimes accidentally do that. So yeah, don't feel bad spamming me with your question constantly. Where does it show the event timer? You didn't see an event countdown on console or your phone event. It shows it normally on top of the event thingy underneath the event tab. Event thingy that is so descripted under the event thingy. Well, let me go to it real quick. It's underneath this thing over here. So if we go and leave here, click on events and click over to any of these, you can see that the current event week is 2 days, 15 hours, 25 minutes. You can see the treasure gnomes is 2 days and 15 hours. Though if you want the exact time, you can just look at this time. It's weird that it has both of these right here, but just look at that time if you want the exact down to the minute. But yeah, 2 days, 15 hours. This is the same thing, 2 days, 15 hours. And most of them just say it on top of their thingy. If none of these specifically say it on their thing, another location that might have it, if your platform doesn't have it there, is you can kind of see it off of Bounty Hunter, as well as your guild thing. You can kind of see it and base it based on that, because this will always be on a Friday. So 4 days prior to this will always be the week thing. So basically, if we take away 11 days from this, which would be the 4 days to make it a Monday, and then the week to make it a normal how many days until the next Monday, that means it would be 2 days and 15 hours, which if you look over here is the exact same thing that it says here. You just have to do the math to get it down. The other way that you could do it is with these as well. You can see which one is the next week thingy, and then you can know that every single event thing that's going to be switching over on the event week is going to be in 2 days and 15 hours, which is, of course, the exact same times as these. So there's several locations you can do to see it. Not sure if console shows it on all these locations. I would assume it would be the same. I know on PC, this is what we're seeing. We see it like literally everywhere. Every single one of them has it shown. But those are every single method that you can use to see when the event switches over. Another way as well is under event keys. Though it has even more of a generalized timer, it does show you the approximate time. It says 3 days. Of course, it means 2 days and 15 hours, but I think once it's down to 1 day remaining, it shows the hours on this specific screen. But those are basically all the locations you can see until the event switches over in some way, shape, or form. And hopefully at least one of those work for you. I would assume almost all of them, if not all of them, do, but those are pretty much the locations of where you can figure that out. Let's see. We'll go for that. Throw the firebomb down. What is a fetish? I probably shouldn't be talking about that right now. I try to keep this channel pretty safe. So I probably shouldn't get too big into detail, though I wouldn't mind talking in detail about that, but for safe reasons, we'll not mention it. I would say Google it, but that probably wouldn't be a good idea. No, actually, that would probably be fine. I don't know. Let's see. Let's go into the next thing. I'll go throw down a firebomb. Get a sunbird down. Go from there. Google it. It's like that's a bad idea. I don't know why I even mentioned that. Out of all the things you could possibly do, that would be like the worst one to do. We'll go throw a firebomb down. Sunbird. Oh, sorry, Say. What was your thingy? For us doing all 4 daily tasks, you can get really good rewards. Today, for you, you got 30 gems, 2 maps, and 2 glory keys. Yes, I believe next patch they are being reworked, as well as PC Mobile is finally getting them. So yeah, they've been meaning to rework those for a while. I assume in a buff. Hopefully they don't get nerfed, though people on console will be able to tell me if they got nerfed, like you. But yeah. Well, we'll be getting those too soon. I don't really know too much about them because obviously I've only ever played the PC version. So I don't really know, well, much about them. But yes, PC Mobile is getting them and they're being slightly reworked. I believe next patch or the next major patch, one of the two. But they are coming around soon to him. Oh, go higher? Sorry, you mentioned a question again. Let's see. Oh, no problem for the content, Cherry Top. Glad you enjoy. Glad you were coming down. Been seeing you a lot lately, actually. Sorry, Say, where was your other question? Oh, does PC have daily tasks like we have on console? No. We did not have daily tasks on console, but as I mentioned, we're getting them next patch. Most likely. Either next patch or 3.4. Either 3.35 or 3.4. One of the two. Most likely 3.35, which is next patch. Do you know anything about Doom Skulls? I have heard mentions of it. I believe Next Kingdom is bringing the mechanic of Doom Skulls. I do not know what Doom Skulls do. But if I had to guess, based on Puzzle Quest, a Doom Skull will do slightly more damage and explode every single gem around it. Because I feel like they're just, because of how many things they take from Puzzle Quest, because Puzzle Quests were their games, I'm pretty sure that is what they're going to be. Because that's what they were in Puzzle Quests. Was basically, you took it, it does additional damage, and then it explodes every single gem around it, basically like how a explode would work. I'm almost guaranteed that is how Doom Skulls will work, though I don't think we've gotten confirmation on what specifically they do. But yeah, I'm pretty sure they just took the exact same mechanic from console. I mean, from console, from their other games, because they've taken a lot of content from their other games. And I even found something really funny on our very last Puzzle Quest stream that I mentioned too. The whole change that they recently made to all of the elves in this game, by making all of the elves have immunity to mana drain, is actually lore consistent with Puzzle Quest 1. Because in Puzzle Quest 1, they had wood elves, dark elves, and all those things. And in the most recent patch of Gems of War, they ended up making an update where they basically added wood elves and dark elves and all those things. So I found that pretty amazing. It's like a random tidbit of information just like hidden within Puzzle Quest 1, but it's completely consistent with what Gems of War is doing. Which is actually one of the reasons why I wanted to play out Puzzle Quest completely. I almost want to play Puzzle Quest 2 out completely now too, to see what they've taken from that as well. The only two really major things I know they've taken, other than some of the abilities, is the fist icon is actually the same thing that is used in Puzzle Quest 2 for the special attack bar. It's used in Gems of War for that scoring system that tells your team score. The other one is green slime. It's literally the exact same thing. I think it's even called green slime in the other game too. It's the exact same image, it's the exact same name, it's basically nothing changed. They just took the image from the other game. It's like, okay, let's go make a troop out of this, because that'll be really easy to make since we already have the art for it, and that's just what they did. Anyways, that's our 7th gnome of the hour. Also, we're halfway through the hour and we're at 7. Very nice. What was that? 100 souls, I think it was. If I could just guess the 100 souls every single time, I'd have about a 1 in 4 to a 1 in 3 chance that would be correct every single time, just out of sheer guessing. Well, there we go. Go throw the explosion down. Yes, the developers only stream on Twitch, and they never upload their videos anywhere other than Twitch, so unfortunately they're only on Twitch. I used to only be on Twitch too, then I moved over to YouTube. It was like Twitch only, then it was like a mix of YouTube. Well, actually, I started off on YouTube, then I started streaming some on Twitch, then it was like a mix of YouTube and Twitch for streaming, and then I'm like, okay, let's just completely do everything on YouTube, because it's so much more, it's just so much more easier having everything in one location, and that's what I ended up doing, and here we are now. But yeah, I don't ever stream on Twitch anymore. Even if I could get partnership on them, I don't think I would bother streaming on there. It makes sense for quite a few games, though because of how the Gems of War community is, there isn't really anyone streaming on Twitch for Gems of War, so it wouldn't really make much sense to go and specifically stream a game like that. Like, if I was to stream other games on there that wasn't Gems of War, that would make sense. But if I was to stream Gems of War, it doesn't make sense to do it anywhere other than YouTube. I will go through a firebomb down. Is Lady Ironbeard a good troop for a dwarf or any type of team? She's okay. You have to specifically do damage to the opposing team to get them down, so she could do triple damage. Unless you just naturally have higher stats than the enemy, in which case that will work as well. She's an okay troop, not really something I used too often, but out of things that do triple damage, she's one of the better things that do triple damage. She's most commonly used on Red Day Defend on an all-dwarf team, but you can use her within the context of PvP if you really wanted to. Though more often than not, you would get better value out of using a Emperor Corvash than you would out of using her. So more often than not, you're pretty much just going to use Corvash instead of her. Even though they're two completely different troops, they still serve a similar purpose in that they both can neutralize troops. She's used to kill something very quickly. Corvash is used to mana drain plus doing decent amount of damage, but they can both disable out in specific ways. Let's see. What kind of troop will the next kingdom have? Any idea? I haven't really looked into it extensively yet. I could go double check the spoiler thread real quick and see if there's any info on it. I haven't really been following yet because I believe the next kingdom's still like a month plus away, so it's still, we still got a decent amount of time before we see it. Let me see. There it is. Though nope, no official date has been given to the new kingdom yet. The banner for it is -1 yellow, +2 brown, +1 purple. Let's see. We have one troop here. It is a ultra rare. It creates 7 Doom Skulls, summon a Dwarven Zombie or a Slayer Ghost. And it has Curse, Necromancy for 50% souls. So that's normal, but you know, that could be useful with some things. And it has immune to Stun, Poison, Disease, Death, and Mark and Devour. Let's see if we can find any other troops related to it. Let's see. We got another one. The Dwarven Zombie. He's a brown-yellow. Destroy a rare troop. He destroys an enemy's armor, so another thing that does that. By magic +3, never mind. He only does a portion of it, so he's useless. Transforms all green gems to brown to boost the effect, so useless. Never mind. Never use him. Not even going to go over his traits because they're also similarly useless. Another one is the... do keep in mind, none of these have been officially announced when they're going to be. Well, not even spoiler thread announced because they have no clue when they're going to announce when they're going to release it. I think they're waiting on figuring out when the next patch is coming out, then going on from there. Because there's probably going to be some changes in next patch to allow Doom Skulls. It's probably coming in next patch, not this patch. But anyways, another one is, do keep in mind every single card I'm mentioning could be changed before it actually gets released. Next one is a Gem Hammer. Yeah, Gem Hammer, interesting name. With a Paragon Axe. Deals magic +4 damage to an enemy. Reduce their attack by 5, which is a pretty small amount. It's actually a static 5 too, it's not even boosted by anything. Deal triple damage if they are a monster, interesting, so a monster counter. He also has Monster Slayer on him. So he's mainly just going to be used for anti-monster. He also has Empowered, so yes, basically just a pure anti-monster. Now we have a Glaceon. Doesn't that sound like a Pokemon name? Glaceon. That totally sounds like something I've already heard before. Let me Google it. The power of Google. Google. Glaceon. Yeah, that's that one. Oh, it's spelled slightly different. They spell it with an I instead of an E. Well, Pokemon spells it with an E. I knew that sounded really familiar. It's that one ice Pokemon thingy that has an evolution of Eevee from using like Ice Stone or something. Yeah, anyways. Yeah. So it's literally just a Pokemon name with an I. Though I'm pretty sure some kind of lore thing. I think they're both based on the same thing. Because I believe it's something from Greek mythology or something. Anyways, what was I doing? Oh yeah, going over to thingies. What does the Glaceon do again? Glaceon. Also, it's spelled really weirdly. Anyways, transforms yellow gems to blue, and then transforms red gems to doom... Whoa! Red gems to doom skulls. What on earth do doom skulls do? Because you can make every red into a doom skull. And then freezes the strongest enemy. It has insulated ice armor, which is a new armor for 65% reduction, which is a non-unique trait. So that means they're going to start giving things 65% skull reduction. That is insane. And it gains... Oh, this is a legend, by the way. And it gains 3 attack when an enemy matches skulls. So it actually gains a benefit from the enemy matching skulls, not yourself. Interesting. Kind of odd. It kind of reminds me of Regice, actually, from Pokemon. I'm not sure what the art will be from it, but that'd be really funny if it looks like that. Anyways, Ice Golem. Ice Goblin. Ice Bomb. Explode 4 gems. This one's an ultra rare. Explodes 4 gems. Freezes a random enemy. Gain an extra turn. Oh, interesting. Well, goblins do normally gain extra turns, but that's a 100% explosion off of goblins. The Fizz Bang used to be that, but then it got nerfed after like 3 days, because giving a 100% chance to goblins with a bunch of explosions is super overpowered. So we'll see if he's super overpowered. He has a 11 mana cost, pretty cheap. He might be able to loop his mana over and over again. So yeah, he's probably going to be amazing. He also has Insulated, which is going to be insane because he can't even be frozen. I believe he's the only goblin in the game with immune to freeze, so that's quite amazing. Ice Troll. Don't we already have Ice Troll? What? Or is it called Frost Troll? Hold up. Isn't there already an Ice Troll in this game? Ice Troll. Frost Troll. Okay, maybe it's called Sea Troll. Oh, I see. Never mind, there's no Frost Troll. Okay, so anyways, Frost Troll. What does the Frost Troll do? Double the number of blues on the board. Wait, what? There's already a troop that does that, but they're adding another one? They're adding a purple-yellow that doubles the amount of blue. And then doubles the amount of brown. Interesting. That's odd. Okay, and has Icy Death on it, too. That's strange. It doubles the amount of blue and doubles the amount of brown. It does the blue first and then the brown. That's a bit odd. Interesting, though. Very interesting. Iceworm. It deals magic plus 2 damage to the last enemy and then creates 7 blue. So basically, it is the Rockworm, except ice version of blue. It's basically a blue version of Rockworm. That's literally what it is. Except it has immune to freeze, which is actually better than the traits on the other Rockworm. So it's basically going to be a ever so slightly better version of Rockworm. And there's going to be a King Bloodhammer, which is a brown-purple legend, so the second legend from this kingdom. Interesting. I'm not sure which one's the actual kingdom legend or not, but that will be the second legend from the kingdom, and it deals magic plus 4 damage to the 2 strongest enemies, transforms all blue gems to Doom Skulls, once again another one that transforms into this mysterious Doom Skull, and then damage the enemies by, or it has a 3-to-1 boost ratio based on the transform, and it's a dwarf too, so could make dwarves slightly better. It also creates a Doom Skull, or Doom Storm on 4 or 5 times gem matches. Hold up. So this is like a completely different gem then, if you could create a Doom Storm. What? Okay, that's really odd. Interesting. Oh, so there's an ant on my thing again. Where are all these ants coming from? I was just talking about this last time too. Like there's a bunch of ants in my thing earlier. Well, not a bunch of ants, but we keep getting like these single ants, just rogue ants running through the house. Like just out of nowhere. I just flick them away. And hopefully he doesn't come back. But it's really strange. Anyways, let's go into Explore. And that's basically everything coming in next patch, or next kingdom. Though do keep in mind, all of them could be changed by the time they decide to actually release it. We don't even have official date on it, so it still could be like another month or 2. So there's still a lot of development that could be changed. By the way, the link in the description, the very first one, has every single thing I just went over, by the way, if you're interested in looking at it yourself, as well as every spoiler text thingy. But yeah, it's the very first link in the description, for any of you who are wondering, like, what on earth I was reading from. It is a complete spoiler thread of every single thing that's coming in the future. I know, December 31st, 2029. That's obviously not when it's coming out, obviously. That's just what they do when they don't have any official date for it. They make that absurd date. Alright, what do we get from this gnome? Oh, for a second I thought it was a celestial trait stone, though we got 5 diamonds from it. Oh, good. That's well, that's not horrible. Could be better. Let's add that to the loot list. Let's see, where's the thingy? There we go, 8 gnomes. So this hour's been going okay. Even with our distractions, we're still up to 8 gnomes. We still have another 20 minutes. We're at average, even by going and being distracted for that long, by doing other little thingies. So that's actually going pretty well. 5 diamonds. But yeah, even if you're just casually going through these, you could easily do like 10 per hour, 10 gnomes per hour. That is ridiculously easy to reach. Even if you're like sitting on your couch just watching TV with your family, you could probably still hit like 10 gnomes per hour. Still wondering, no, why are you not getting any gnomes? Do make sure, I'm pretty sure it automatically does it. But for whatever reason, do make sure, regardless of what platform you're on, that the game is updated, just in case. Because you could be getting the previous drop rate if it's not updated. I believe even if you didn't update, it would still automatically have the better drop rate. But just in case, do make sure that you are currently running the current version of the game. Because if it's not updated for whatever reason, it might not have the higher drop rate for gnomes. Also, you might not be doing it in Explorer, because you win a lot quicker in Explorer. It's not a higher chance in Explorer, but you get so many more chances due to it being rolled per battle. And since you can do so many more battles with the repeat button and everything, it's a lot quicker doing it in Explorer, just because it's a lot quicker to win. Put a 9 there. What was that again? 100 souls? I could just guess that every time, and it's probably right, but there we go. Pretty sure it was 100 souls. Let me double check. I shouldn't just blindly put 100 souls there. I'm pretty sure it was 100 souls, though. Wait, where'd it go? Where'd it go? We just did it. There it is. Yeah, it's 100 souls. That was correct. Hello, Anthony. Welcome. Why is the live stream repeating itself? Is it repeating itself? Is it, like, stuttering or something? I did notice it was being a little bit laggy earlier. I'm not watching the actual live feed at the moment, so I don't know if it's doing anything strange. But, yeah, there's not a single thing I could do about that if it is doing that. Wouldn't know how to modify that to try to make it not stutter. Everything's still the same settings as it's always been. Do make sure one other thing is click the live button and make sure that the live button thingy is working, because it might be like backtracking it some and making it lag or something. Also putting down the resolution some. I normally keep the default for streams pretty low, but making the resolution lower than 720p might help as well if you put it to like 480p or something, because it will have to render less. Is there an event where you get Farish Raw? Yes. Actually, it's coming up next week, if I'm not mistaken. No, not next week, sorry. No, don't do it next week. I believe the week after next week. Let me double check. Yes, April 9th. The week of April 9th to the 16th. Or 15th, however you would look at it. But, that week will be a week where it's a Kedar event. Kedar is the place where Farish Raw is. So technically you would have a chance of getting it off of event keys. You would have to open up a lot of event keys to do that, though. And I'm not sure how good of a value that would be. But for people that truly wanted to get a Farish Raw, but maybe don't want to spend diamonds on it, but happen to have gems available, you can try getting it on that week. So if you want to try saving event keys for that, that is worth considering. Do keep in mind that a new unique legend is coming in next week, though, and that the actual thing is the week after that. So you're kind of having to spend your gems and then have to spend your gems again. But yeah, April 9th is when that is. I'll try to remember to mention that next Monday, because even though it's not occurring next Monday, some people may want to save it and not go for the new legend, but instead go for trying to get a Farish Raw. Do keep in mind the chance of getting a Farish Raw for event key is pretty low. It's somewhere around a 0.1% chance, I believe, somewhere around there for every key that you open. But other than crafting him within the Soul Forge, it's the only other realistic way of obtaining him. You would also end up getting Bone Dragon and Keeper of Souls, a lot of copy of those true troops. Both of them are pretty average, though, which is slightly unfortunate. Redeem code is invalid. It was working. It might be already used up, though, at this point, which might be why it's doing that. But we'll have another redeem code a little bit later. Oh, keep in mind that the first letter as well is an I, not an L. It looks like an L, but it's an I. It's IEA7FPC RS5. So if you're coming in here later and you didn't copy paste it earlier, that is an I, not an L. It looks like an L. I hate when typefaces do that. I never understood that. Why do some typefaces have the I look exactly like an L? But yeah, all those are in capital letters, so the I, that's an I there, not an L. An L would have the little loop thingy, or you know, you know what an L looks like. I don't need to describe what an L looks like. It's yeah. Like try to describe what an L looks like. You know what an L looks like. It's a line. It's a vertical line, and then like a halfway horizontal line going to the right. Yeah, capital I's are always weird when they're just like a straight line that looks like an L. Okay, we'll go through Sunbird down. Last time Farish Raw was in event keys was you spent 1,500 and didn't get it. Ouch. That is quite unfortunate. Normally within about 500 to 1,000 you would normally get it. But of course you can be the unlucky end of that and not get it. It's definitely worth throwing down a few if you want it. Maybe don't go crazy on it, that's for sure. I would not go too crazy on it. Once you reach basically mythic copy of Keeper of Souls and Bone Dragon, I would just stop. That would be a good point in which you should probably stop. Because if you start going any further than that, you're going to start burning through a lot of resources needlessly. I'm not going to be opening any that week, though, because I don't need any more Farish Raws. I have 4 Farish Raws, so we're good to go. We have as many Farish Raws as you could ever need. Technically, you only ever really need 2. 3, maybe. But you never realistically need more than 3. The only reason I got more than 3 was because I wanted to mess around with it just for fun. There was no point in it. I just wanted to have a 4th one. Hello, Dark Owl. Welcome. What's the drop rate on vault keys? It is about a... During the events, from what we got last time as far as data, it's about a 6% chance per gnome. So far, we've gotten 1 vault key in... how many gnomes have we done so far? Where did the pages go? Why did it go away? We've done 21 gnomes so far and gotten 1 gnome key. So yeah, about 1 in 20, as I mentioned earlier. I said like 1 in 15, 1 in 20. But no, it's more towards like about a 1 in 20 or so. Somewhere around there is about the drop rate during this. It's about every 20 gnomes you kill, which means about every 1.5 hours or so. About 1.5 hours to every 2 hours you can expect to get a gnome key, approximately. Or vault key, I mean. I always call it gnome key because they're from gnomes. Same difference. Yeah, it's about a 1 in 20 from a gnome, approximately, during the events. During not the events, it's more like a 1 in 40 or so, or a 1 in 30, somewhere around there. But it's definitely more towards 1 in 20 during the event. Alright, let's get a Sunbird down. And let's see. Play again. Clear this out with a firebomb. Boom. See if we can get the other one going. Ah, he's taking away my blues. I need those blues. He's taking away the blues we need in order to do our thing. You've killed over 200 and only gotten 4 total Volkies? Ouch. Out of 1 in 50. Was that all during this event? Well, I assume so. If you killed that many, it was probably all during this event. It's slightly unfortunate. It happens sometimes, though, unfortunately. It can happen. Let's play again. And there we go. A Yasmin. Too bad we don't have like a chance of getting the cards we kill every single time. Could you imagine that? Prisoners of War. Like a 0.001% chance that every battle you do, you get to capture a random enemy on the opposing team. Could you imagine if that was a thing? Everyone would be farming Explore 24/7. Or then again, everyone would set their defend teams. They would probably have to set it to not work in PvP. Because everyone would just set their defend team as like Farish Raws. So that everyone could get Farish Raws. That would be a pretty funny mechanic though. But it would probably be really bad for the economy. Because it would throw so many troops into the game. Or more troops. Like higher rarity stuff. But I think on Explore it would be pretty balanced. Like if they add like I said, a 0.01% chance you just randomly get one of the enemy troops for beating them. Wouldn't be too bad. That would definitely be exploitable if it would worked in PvP, though, that's for sure. Or in any other game mode. Let's see. Yeah, I know, the drop rates for them is still pretty low on the gnomes. I'm still not even fully certain if it's worth actually hunting them down. I like doing it because, well, we're going to be playing anyway, so we might as well be hunting them while we're playing. But overall, I don't know, it doesn't seem like excessively worth it to try to specifically hunt down treasure gnomes. Yep, speaking about treasure gnomes, I'll say that, but then we'll get like a good drop and I'll be like, oh no, it's kind of worth it. We'll go through that down. The only problem is when we keep getting like 100 souls and 2 minor trade stones, it gets discouraging. Like when he drops 100 souls right here. Nope. Oh, the other bad drop, the 2,500 gold. Even with us not playing for about 10 minutes out of this second hour, we are currently at 10 kills with 10 minutes remaining. And by 10 minutes, I mean like another 10 minutes. Like there was like a whole 10 minutes where we were going other stuff that wasn't even related to us doing battles. And we're still at 10 kill count. So this is making a decent kill count, though those rewards are not that good. Let's see. That amount of gold, we could have been getting more in PvP. Though with that amount of gold, it basically makes it about the same as what we would have gotten in PvP. So other than that, all we really got for this hour so far is 5 gems. Or like compared to doing PvP, the only thing different that we ended up getting is 5 gems and 5 diamonds. And that's it. That is literally it compared to just doing PvP spam. So not that good, but of course you could get lucky, you could end up getting a bunch of keys, you could end up getting vault keys that then give a bunch of gems and all that. And that definitely brings the overall amount to a lot higher, that's for sure. But yeah, so far not really doing that good on drops off the gnomes. You got 2 so far and got 12 keys. Nice. Yeah, they do drop 12 gem keys. They drop 12 gem keys. They drop 10 event keys. They drop, or the big guy, the big gnome guy. He has some really nice drops on him. We got one of his worst drops earlier when we got 50,000 gold. Even though that's a pretty decent amount of gold, that's one of his worst drops, actually, surprisingly. That and his souls. And I believe he can do like a 5 celestial or something. I forget exactly what it was, but that one's also pretty bad. I know, all the gnomes being selfish and hiding all their good loot away in some kind of stash somewheres. Gotta go hunt them down like Easter eggs. Seriously, they need to go make that change. I don't know how hard it would be for them to do that. But that little bag in the corner of treasure gnomes, during the Easter event, it needs to be a Easter egg. And during around the Christmas time, it needs to be a present. And there's probably a few other holidays they could do it too. For, well, I guess they don't need to change it for St. Patrick's Day because it's already a pot of gold. Well, I guess they can make it literally a pot of gold instead of a bag of gold and do it that way. It's the small things that matter. Like the bunny ear skulls. I love those. It's the small little touches that are really funny. When is next patch? We have not the slightest clue. I believe they're pretty much already done with the next patch. They're already working on 3.4. Which is the patch after next patch. They're kind of just sending it out, and it's still going to be like another week or 2 or so. No official date has been given, though. But sometime in April is a pretty good estimate. Though specifically when is unknown. We'll probably find out in the next week or 2 or so. Alright, let's go take these reds, grab that, firebomb down, and go from there. Candy corn for Halloween. Or a pumpkin thing. Like a jack-o'-lantern. Or even a skull, since the game is kind of skull-themed. They could be really lazy. They could literally just take the skull icon and put it in the corner of the gnome. I'll go do that. Because I know they love reusing assets, that is for sure. Because, of course, it's cheaper to reuse assets. I do the same thing a lot, but that's mainly because I can't draw if my life depended on it. But, of course, they do it because any assets they reuse or recolor saves them money. Like, I don't know if any of you noticed, but, of course, the Easter background thing I have for the thumbnail of this video, it's the same thing I used last year. Because, obviously, I'm not going to get a new one every single year. because that would cost way too much money to do that every single year. I just commissioned it once, and then I use it for every Easter for the foreseeable future, because doing it every single time would cost a lot of money. That or a lot of time if I did it myself, though I cannot draw, so that's not happening. I can do slight editing and stuff to already existing images and stuff like that, but to actually like completely draw it out and do it from scratch, I cannot do. Difficulty has absolutely no effect whatsoever on gnomes. Do not set your difficulty higher. Nothing affects the drop rate of gnomes other than the vault event. And during the vault event, you find them more often, and you find vault keys more often. Oh, sorry, what was your question? Is there any chance of getting power orbs from vault? No, I believe there's a 0% chance. I'm not even sure you can get major orbs from it. I know you can get minor orbs. That's the only one I know 100% for sure you can get. I've seen minor orbs once, and I know people have gotten minor orbs as well. I've seen 0 accounts of major orbs, though I'm pretty sure it's possible, just at a very, very, very ridiculously low rate. Though I've heard 0 reports of major orbs from, from power orbs from it. I believe it is impossible to randomly get a power orb. The only way to specifically get a power orb is either to craft it or to be first place in either invasions or raids, which is obviously ridiculously hard to do because there's only one person every single week, or every 2 out of 3 weeks, where anyone can even get it. So yeah, it's not really that realistic to specifically get a power orb as a drop. Power orbs in general are pretty kind of useless because to craft them, you need so many resources to go and craft them. They are better off individually using every single one of those resources. The only thing you would ever use power orbs for is to create a Zugoff, and that's it. There's really no other purpose. Hey, level. There's really no other purpose to it other than that. What do we go into? Oh, I should have done blue earlier. Our previous level was green-blue, and we could have gone green now. Oh, let's go for brown, I guess. I like working from the bottom up and always throwing the purple whenever I see it. It actually makes us weaker, but it's I've been doing it since the start, so I keep doing it because why not? I think we're the only account in the entire game that's been doing it, so we'll be slightly unique in that regard, even though it has almost no effect on anything. The only thing it slightly helps with is if we're doing a really purple-oriented team, it makes us have a like 2% higher purple surge chance. We have the highest purple surge chance by 1 or 2% than any other person in the game. Though we also have about 1 lower percent on every other color. So overall we're at a disadvantage, but for specifically purple we have a ever so slight advantage compared to anyone else. Go through a Sunbird. Can I suggest a Draculus team? Most Draculus teams I ever use are based around Draculus Oriali or Draculus Crimson Bat. Normally around like a Crimson Bat, Valkyrie, Draculus normally. Pretty much anything as simple as that would end up working. You could even throw Azura in there and go something like a frontline tank, Azura, Valkyrie, and Draculus, and do it down that way. Because even though Azura doesn't specifically do HP damage, it can do HP damage off of its HP reduction. Oh, we'll go throw a Firebomb down. Also, I have the other redeem code up probably in the next few minutes or so. Actually, should we say when we get the next Vault Key I should give out a code? Normally that's what we were doing last time. Okay, we'll do that then. The next Vault Key we get, we will give out the code. Unless we don't get a Vault Key in like the next 20 minutes or something, then we'll just hand out the code. Because we could go the rest of the stream without getting a Vault Key for super unlucky. Also, the end of this 10 minutes is almost here. I mean, the end of this hour. We have like 1 minute left of this hour. So as soon as that goes down, yeah, we'll be good to go. And we'll go set into the next data. Wait, how many kills do we have? We only have 10? Well, I guess it's because we took a little bit of a break in there, where we kind of didn't do any battles. I should technically actually extend it a little bit further, but no, we'll just call that the hour. Because there's, most people that would be playing would probably have other distractions as well, that they might need to attend to. So that's basically keeping that in our data by doing that. Why did they change the drop rate on Arcane Tradestones for? Did they change it? It's been the same from what I can tell. They haven't changed it pretty much ever. Unless they have, and I haven't just didn't see it. But no, from what I can tell, Arcane Tradestone drop rate has been exactly the same. Hasn't changed pretty much in forever. It's about a 1 in 15 chance or so during Explore, and about a 1 in 30 or so everywhere else that's not Explore. Well, I gave out the redeem code earlier, though that's obviously already used up, that one. If you guys still have any other questions or anything you want me to go over too, just let me know. Because of course we're mainly just farming the gnomes, but we can still go over any of the other teams or anything. Okay, this will be the final battle for this hour, which probably has no gnomes on it. Nope, okay. So let's head into the next hour then. We're gonna move that over. You farm all day and only got 1 to 3 days, and 0 celestials, oh wow. I think we've gotten 2 celestials just to stream. And we've only been going for about 2 hours now. And that's not even counting the ones we may have gotten off of gnomes. Okay, let me go check our mail. Get our bonus reward thingy for our level. I think we're almost done with the event as well. Events. We need, yep, well, 26 more. That'll be in the next, like, 10, 20, 30 minutes. Anyways, let me go close out the data. This one is now done. And now let me go open up a third one. And that'll be the last hour of the day. But let's go get data for the next hour and go from there. So let me close that one, and then we'll bring all of them up at the ends. So 0 vault keys this hour, unfortunate, but it happens. Like I mentioned, about once every 1.5 hours to 2 hours is approximately when we'd get it. So let me go and make this treasure gnome, treasure gnomes, and hour 3, 0, and let it begin. Oops, so let me go move it to a different location. There we go. Okay, should be good to go. Move that to the corner. Move that right there. And... oops, that's my live stream. Don't accidentally do that. And there we go. Okay, we're all good to go. So let's go and keep it going. Let's go do the next hour and see where that leaves us as far as our rewards. And then we'll bring them all up at the end and just see what we kind of got and see what our verdict is of how worth it is. So far, a really, really bad drop so far. We only got 1 key so far, and it only had gold in it. We haven't gotten any keys yet, 0 keys, other than Volkey, but that Volkey didn't have keys in it, so 0 keys. Got like 10 gems total across all of them. Pretty bad. These last 2 hours have been definitely below average. Also, thank you for the subscribe. I have no clue how to say that name. Much appreciated. I need to go learn Russian so I can start saying all those names. Wait, that is Russian, right? I'm pretty sure that's Russian. Is that Russian? Yeah. I can't even identify the language. No, I'm almost guaranteed that's Russian. But thank you for the subscribe. Much appreciated. We'll go through the Sunbird down. I don't know why they didn't add Russian language earlier. It took them like 2 years before they finally added Russian language to the game. And they only just recently added Chinese language to the game. They did that with Shentang when Shentang came out. Or I believe they did. Did they never even add that? Let me see. Oops, over to language. Come on. Wait, none of those are Chinese, I don't think. No. Wait, did they never add Chinese integration? I thought they did for Shentang. Could have sworn they did. Do I speak any other language? No. I speak no other language other than English. And some people say I barely even speak English as well. Hopefully jokingly. But, yeah, I don't speak any other language. I took Spanish some during high school. I took sign language some during college. But I am not fluent in any language whatsoever other than English. Is the Russian localization as bad as the German one? Yes, every localization of this game is horrible. They're really bad at localizing. But yeah, every single translation of this game is pretty bad. That's not English. Actually, I think the French one's okay. But I think the French, Spanish, and English are all okay, but everything that's not those three is like horribly translated. Because those were like the first few that the game really had. Because they were able to do that pretty easily. But then like every other language was like, nope. So it's been more difficult for them to get around to it. And most of their translations are horrible within it, from what I've heard. Of course, I wouldn't be able to see myself because I can't read it specifically. But, yeah. They're pretty bad at it most of the time. There's a big difference between English and American English. There are quite a few words that are spelt very differently that always throw me off. That I could never really understand. There's a word I found the other day too. Oh, what was it? Oh, what was it? What was it? Wait, I'll find it. Oh yeah, favor. In, like, Europe and stuff, you guys spell favor, like, with F-A-V-O-U-R, right? Because normally in America, it's spelled F-A-V-O-R, favor. And I was, like, looking at that earlier, it's like, wait, favor is spelled so weird. Also, defense and defense. I forget which way is which, but I know, in America, compared to, like, more towards Europe, sometimes it's spelled with a C, whereas other times it's spelled with an S. And there's a lot of weird words where it's, like, the same word, but it has, like, different spelling because people don't agree on the spelling. Also, gray and gray are like that, too. Like, gray with an A and gray with an E, even though they're the exact same thing, but some locations spell it differently. Color and color, I always just do C-O-L-O-R. I don't have the U in it. I always consider that to be a completely different word that isn't actually color, but it's always C-O-L-O-R. And if it's spelled any differently, I like look at it. It's like, wait, what is that trying to say? Oh yeah, it's color. It's color. I always say it as color though, not as color. I don't know if it's actually pronounced any differently, but I always just say as color. Armor too instead of armor. Why? I don't know. What is with the U being added to so many words that don't need a U? Because that's almost what every single one of those instances is you just add a U. Like all 4 or 5 of those instances that was just mentioned all have a U instead of just an O. Let's go for a firebomb down. And what do we need to move? We'll go through our land down. And there we go. Also, that's another thing that's always annoying. The metric system. Because I only know like feet and inches and stuff like that. I do have to say, most of the things in the American measurement system don't make any sense at all. But there is one thing that really does make sense. The measurement of a foot. Because it's literally the size of a foot. It's 1 foot. It's 12 inches, which is, well, the size of most male feet once they're fully grown. Because my foot's 12 inches. I wear normally around a 11.5 to 12.5 shoes normally. So my foot is 1 foot long. So a measurement of a foot makes sense. Though every other measurement in the United States makes no sense whatsoever. Like Fahrenheit, inches, and all those other ones. Yards, all that kind of stuff. But I do have to say, the foot measurement does make sense. It's the one thing that I can get behind. Though I don't know most of the other like metrics and stuff. I know like a few of them. But in like degrees, I always think Fahrenheit. In like distance, I always think feet and inches and stuff like that. I don't think like meters or anything like that. Anyways, we'll go through that then. Or kilometers or anything like that. I always think miles instead of kilometers. When you make another top 10 troops, oh yeah, I never really did get around to the rarity stuff. I do need to get around to that. Specifically when, I don't know when. Next main priority will probably be best teams video for current version, because I believe next version is soon TM. They have no official date on it yet, but I believe it's coming in like a week or two, even though they haven't really said much about it yet. It's coming pretty soon. They're pretty much already done with it. They're just kind of testing it and stuff, and needing to send it out. Unless it got denied. In which case it could still be a while, but they still haven't sent it in yet, I don't think, so we'll have to see what happens with that. We'll go get a Rowan done. Trying to trait prep for next raid. Kedar looks like a Basilite Priestess, the new raid boss troop, and what to go with it. I didn't look yet at what it actually does, so I don't know what to put with it yet. But as far as Kedar, oh, is it really going to be Kedar for that event? Kedar is going to be horrible. It's going to be worse than Glacial Peak. We thought Glacial Peak was bad. Let's wait till we get to Kedar, gosh. It's probably going to be skull spam related around Mang. That's the only thing I could possibly think of. The kingdom has a lot of skull spam, so that's going to be our best thing. Oh, we finally got a gnome, so 2,500 gold. That's the first gnome of this hour. Up. Oh, well, good job, gnomes. Keep it up. Hour 3, 2 gnomes. 2,500. Oops, gold. There we go. And can we see 4 gnomes back to back and break our record, or at least 3? 3 we've seen a couple times, but let's see that 4. Or at least a 3, come on. 3 event keys, finally! We got something worth something. 3 event keys is about like 42 gems or so. So not too bad. The first really big drop we've gotten. Actually, that's the biggest drop we've gotten all stream, actually. That's not 3 event keys. That is the biggest drop all stream. And it only took us 2 hours and 20 minutes. But that is pretty decent value. That is 42 gems, basically. Or 45, depending on how you look at it. I count it as 42, though, because I always buy in bulks of 50. There's never any instance where I don't buy in bulk of 50. So to me, that's only 42 gems, not 45. Yeah, still, 42. That's a pretty competent amount. That's 42 less gems that we'd have to spend at a later time. So not too bad. That's also one of his best drops. Actually, that might be literally his best drop now that I think about it, other than a vault key, as far as like actual value that you get from it. Because I can't think of much else, because 4 gem keys is 9 times 4, which is 36 gem worth. He has like a 20 gem drop. I don't think it goes any higher than a 20 gem drop either. So yeah, you know what, that my event key, other than a vault key, might have been his best drop he has. And we'll go throw a sunbird at him. As far as like actual gem value, so it's not too bad. We went horrible for a while, and then we finally get a good drop. If only we could actually get the vault key and get that to do a good drop, though. Because our previous vault key was horrifically bad. We'll go through a at it. I want to get at least 1 more vault key this stream. I might just give out the redeem code soon if we don't end up getting it. That or just give it out on the next gnome regardless. Actually, we'll do that. Next gnome we see, we'll give out the vault key. I mean, if I wish. We'll give out the redeem code, I mean. Well, the vault key, I mean, the redeem code technically is like a vault key because it has like the same... Well, no, not really, but it's like finding a treasure gnome. Like 2 or 3 treasure gnomes. It has like the lower end resources of what a treasure gnome would give. No, 5 diamonds is not that highly valued. I'd consider 5 diamonds at most to be 10 gems. More realistically, I consider it more like 5 gems. But yeah, I don't really consider it to be that much. 10 gems is at most what I would consider 5 diamonds. So I wouldn't really consider it too high. Because if we were to buy, let's say, the 50 gem pack, that's basically what it comes down to, about 10 gems. And that's the most you would ever spend to try to get it. And if you count it for, if you were only buy the packs on Sundays... Oops, I'm doing the wrong kingdom right now. I just saw the arcane, and that was the wrong arcane. This is not where I meant to be doing it. But if you break it down, on the worst possible day you can do it on, it costs around 2 gems per diamond. Whereas on a, maybe even 2.5, depending on how you look at it, if you ignore all the other resources. But on a, on the, oh wait, actually, never mind. Yeah, it does come out, because yeah, I forgot the shards. Rambling all over the place. But yes, it does count. It is basically, the most you could ever spend on it is 2 gems per every diamond. So that would be 10 gems at most. But you can get it a lot cheaper than that too. On Sundays, you can get 80 diamonds for 50 gems among many other resources. So that comes down to less than 1 gem per diamond, which is really good value. So yeah, it really depends how you look at it. But diamonds at absolute most is only 10 gems. So it's not really worth that much. Which is why I wish they would make it like 5 diamonds and 10 diamonds, because that would at least make it more on par with like keys and such. It'd also make it so you don't get those really weird amounts of diamonds, because it makes your diamond count go all weird. Because since it gives a 2 drop, you normally wouldn't be able to gain a 2 drop by any other means, and it just throws it off. By normal means, assuming you never get 2 drops, it should only ever end in a 5 or a 0. But they changed it and made it look all weird now, because you can randomly have a 2 that throws the number off forever. Unless you get a specific number of like 5 2s to make it go back to normal. Which I think I still need 2 more 2 diamond drops in order to do that to mine. And then I need to never get a diamond drop ever again. Or, you know, a 2 diamond drop. I know most people don't care about that, but I am so paranoid about my number looking weird. I have a really bad habit with that too, with the guilds. I can never contribute gold to the guild on something where it has a weird number at the end, because I have to have this number right here end in 3 zeros, just because I will be completely paranoid if it doesn't. Oops, let me go claim this for my guild. Sorry, guild. That almost brings us to 40,000 as well. But that number right there, this number always has to end in 3 zeros. If it looks like that, it'll drive me crazy forever. It has to specifically be like that, where it ends in 000. Yeah, like all these numbers like these drive me crazy. Luckily, I never need to really look at them. But yeah, that needs to never happen to mine. This also drives me crazy that my CO amount is off. But almost everyone's CO amount normally gets off, because there was like 2 or 3 times where they had a midweek reset where it basically like double reset the game. And because of that, it made it so people would, yeah, it would basically make it so you would have automatically, unless you got like 1,500 by Monday or something, it would have made it so you would have had a very weird amount of seals, which happens a couple times due to glitches and stuff. Anyways, we completed out the red event already. Wow, that took even quicker than I thought it would. But there we go, 9 event keys, very nice. If nothing else, 12 event keys, 85 gems, and 3 gem keys. That was definitely worth it right there. It only took us about 2 hours, maybe 3 if you're using slightly slower teams. Highly advise doing this. You not only get to find treasure gnomes, but you get all these resources. So if you're going to do any amount of treasure gnome hunting, at least do it up until the point where you finish out the event. Even if you don't feel like it's really that worth it, it's definitely worth doing it at least until you have the event done. Because that is a lot of resources for free on top of the gnomes we're already getting. Even if we weren't getting gnomes, that would be worth it. But on top of the gnomes, it's definitely worth it. So do make sure to at least do that. Like at this point, you could easily stop doing gnomes. You wouldn't really need to do it from here, but of course we're still going to. Alright, throw the sunbird down. Oops, I did the wrong kingdom again. Oh, no, never mind. This is the right one. Why does Yasmin come in this kingdom so much? That's like the 20th time this stream we fought Yasmin, if not more. We're fighting more Yasmins than treasure gnomes, almost. Yeah, I normally contribute in intervals of 100k as well, especially since they added the 100k button. Before, they used to only have 10,000 as the highest, or complete all as the next highest, which was annoying. But yeah, you can now do like several 100,000 very quickly. Too bad you can't just type the number you want. That would make it even more convenient. What are the legendary tasks in your guild? Oh, they basically give you 3 drops from 3 different tables that have various endgame resources like gem keys, event keys, possible chance of getting legend and mythic specifically as cards, and a few other resources. If I have the gold for it, I can go open one right now, if it's not a weird number. Never mind, it's a weird number. Is anyone else on my guild on stream right now? Can someone contribute, like, whatever the rest is? Can someone in my guild who's here right now, if there is anyone, contribute, like, 51,000 to the guild if you have a weird number and don't mind having a weird number? Because I can't complete out this task because of the weird ending on it. But yeah, if anyone's here from my guild, please go complete that task. And then I can go show what someone just asked what a legendary task is. But yeah, it basically just gives things like arcane trace stones, gem keys, event keys, all that kind of stuff. Actually, I could go actually just backtrack and show you these. Actually, I didn't even need to do that. Oh well, we get to contribute more that way. Oh, let's go take a tribute too. Don't want to forget that. And let me go grab my... oh, there we go. Thank you, whoever just did that. Perfect. And as you can see from here, thank you, Nameless Hero. Great job. And as you can see, we end up getting 4... it would help if I could talk. 4 glory keys, 8 gem keys, and 100 glory. There's basically 3 different drop tables. I went over this in pretty big detail a long while back, though I think they slightly changed the drop table slightly since then, but still, it's pretty much the same concept. There's basically 3 drop tables nowadays. There's one really big drop table, one kind of average one, and one pretty bad one. They used to be all a little bit more even, but they made one like super huge and then like the 2 slightly smaller. But yeah, this is from the really big drop table, this is from the mid-range, and this is from the smaller one. As far as the full drop rate of them, I don't know where that video currently is off the top of my head, but we have done a video on it a long while back, almost like a year now at this point. But yeah, it's a little bit of a complicated system, but basically it has 3 different loot tables, and it will drop 1 from each one. And if you get 1 from one, you can't get it from the prior. And it starts from the biggest one to the smallest one. So basically what it did first was it dropped a 8 gem key from the biggest drop table. Now we will not be able to get gem keys from this one or this one. And now you'll just get 1 from the other drop table, which has all the other resources on it, and then it goes to the other one. On the big drop table, there's also the chance of getting a straight-out legend. of any kind in the entire game, and it can also drop a random mythic of any kind in the entire game at a ridiculously low chance. It's under like a 1%. I think my guild only got it like 2 or 3 times total in thousands upon thousands of tasks, so it's a pretty low drop rate. But yeah, that's pretty much those keys, or those legendary tasks. They're not like excessively worth it, but like here are a couple other rewards from it, which I could have just done in the first place. Wait, that was the exact same reward. What is this? The one from 1 day ago gave you the exact same thing. Interesting. And as you can see here, the 4 event keys from the bigger drop table, then 4 glory keys from the middle, and then 1 gem key from the worst one, and so on and so forth. Oops, that's the same one I just clicked. Oh, too many PvP tier rewards getting in the way of my stuff. No, why must there be so many PvP tier rewards? But you get the point. And that's from the big drop table, medium, small, all that kind of stuff. Oh, and also drops glory in quite a bit amounts. It's actually how I have so much glory too, is from legendary tasks. You end up accumulating quite an excess from legendary tasks, that is for sure. Anyways, let's continue on our hunt. Not there. Wrong kingdom. Also wrong kingdom. Oops, I double clicked in it because the X was in that corner. To hit the kingdom instead. Oh, let the hunt continue. We're currently at what? 2 gnomes this hour? Only 2 gnomes? Well, I guess we've been doing other stuff a little bit, but that's still quite a bit below average. Because we still played for at least 15 minutes of that, if not more. You've been in your guild for 7 months and you got 2 mythics out of legendary tasks? Very nice. Yeah, my guild's been getting pretty unlucky with it. There's some guilds that I think that have done like 5 of them. It comes down to pure luck though. Of course, it somewhat comes down to how many you do, but my guild is like one of the top 10, top 20 amount of legendary tasks done within a week. So we're definitely not that far behind like some of the like top 0.1% of guilds as far as how many we're doing. At one point, we were actually the absolute most, but of course, over time, that has changed slightly. 500 souls, also a horrible drop from him, but let's go add that to the table. Even horrible drops go on it, because they are drops. There we go. Oops, I need to go move this to the side, and there we go. What do you think about the new legendary for the next event? Is it worth it to spend some event keys on? Yeah, it's definitely worth spending some event keys on. I went over quite a bit yesterday, and we'll be going over quite a bit on Sunday stream as well, because of course that'll be the one right before the event. But yeah, I believe it is worth going for. Don't go for it, as I mentioned earlier. Fairish Ra will be available the following week under event keys. So some people may want to go and throw their event keys for that. But yeah, I'm definitely going to be... Well, obviously I'm going to be getting it, but you know, I would definitely suggest at least attempting for it. Maybe throw like 50. Especially if you don't have a web spinner either, because you'd be able to... Even if you don't get a new legend, you'll probably pick up a web spinner, which is a... if you don't have Yasmin's Chosen, it's basically Yasmin's Chosen at a only legendary cost instead of mythic. So it's a lot easier to obtain. It also has the easiest to use triple skull damage in the entire game. There isn't any easier triple skull damage out of anything. So it's nice to have for PvP and occasionally for Guild Wars because of its triple damage capabilities. There's a lot of things that have immune to poison, but still, it's still pretty convenient to have. Because if you're up against something that happens to have no immunity to it, it can do 3 times skull damage to their entire enemy team, which is obviously quite a bit of an increase for things like PvP. And you give it like 1 attack buff, it just plows down everything. Let's see. You just realized... Oh wait, where did it go? You just realized something every time you do the vault. The next explorer will come a gnome. 4 vault keys, 4 gnomes appeared later. At least for you. Wait, 4 battles after a vault key, did he say? Or what? Or after you do a vault, the next one will be a gnome. I think that's just a coincidence, because I've done that in the past. I don't think we had that happen earlier. When we did a vault key and then had a gnome. I don't think that occurred. You got your first gnome, and it gave you 4 gem keys. Very nice. That's one of his best drops other than the vault key itself. Yeah, the best drops are his 3 event keys, the 4 gem keys, and a vault key. Those are his best 3 drops that he has. A vault key can vary anywhere from about... Well, it can vary quite a bit. But a vault key on average is about 100 gem worth if you actually get the actual gem and not like a gold or useless souls and stuff like that. A 4 gem key drop is 36 gems, and a 3 event key drop is 42 gems. As far as the value that they break down to. And we actually got the 3 event key thing this hour, which was nice. Though that's the only really good drop we've gotten out as a single gnome this entire time so far. So not too lucky. But even if you just distribute that out throughout every single hour, that's still not too bad. So I do have to say, it's about the same amount of gem value that you would get from doing treasure hunt, I would think. With the only thing that pushes it over being the vault keys, but the vault keys can be pretty sporadic in what they give. And the more gold and more not gem stuff that they give, the lower value that would bring it down to. You need to finish task under the guild tab, and then you get legendary tasks. Oh wait, who was that replying to? Did I miss something? Oh, never mind, I already answered Haley's question. Never mind. We already went over all that. Alright, let's go through Rowan down. And down it goes. I actually used to, back when gems were so populated in the game, whenever anyone would ask about gem keys or event keys or VIP chests, we would pretty much just throw 50 of them down. There used to be that many resources in this game that I would just go and spend like thousands of them willy-nilly because there was no points. Nowadays, gems are actually worth quite a bit more because there are, they've kind of rebalanced the economy a bit more. But there was one point where you could gain like 5,000 gems a week. It was pretty funny. I should have hoarded a lot more than I did, that is for sure. But yeah, it used to be very broken, like insanely very, very over-the-top broken. You can still get pretty much if you break down the full amount of gem value, but it's a lot less now than what it was prior. I think it's like 1/4, maybe even 1/5 of what it used to be. As far as how many you can get per week for free. Though they have added other ways of gaining them though too, like through events, through treasure gnomes and other stuff. Various content throughout the game. In a way, it's almost kind of still all there. It's just spread out between other locations. But if you're playing less, you do get quite a bit less resources compared to before. Before, you could play for like a few hours a week and still get like a few thousand gems a week. Whereas now, that's not as possible. Would you craft a second Ferrous Rod before crafting Yasmin? Yes, I would definitely craft a second Ferrous Rod before Yasmin. Especially since you could just get a web spinner next week, which is not exactly the same, but pretty similar. It's only going to take about 50 to 100 event keys or so next week to get a web spinner. Plus, you'll probably get the new legend while doing so as well, which is nice. Move that over twice, get a Rowan. How did you only get 1 mana? Really? I did that to try to get it to full mana, and now it still doesn't have full mana. We'll just throw that down. Come on, Volkey. Come on, we only got 1 Volkey so far. There we go! I jinxed it and gave us good luck. I need to say that every single time. We only got 1 Volkey so far. No, actually, it's 2 now. But there we go, best drop. Vault key. Well, I say best drop, we'll see what it exactly gives. The last Vault key was horrible. We got 59,000 gold off the previous Vault key. So let's see what it gives. Vault key. Oops, did I put that in the wrong location? Yes, I did. Fail. Put that right there. Vault key. I forgot what I named it the previous time, but we'll just call it that. Okay, let's go see what we get. Vault key. And then go put all the drops that we get. Okay, let's go and use this Vault key. Come on, luck. Let's see something good. Oops, that is not where you go to go use Vault keys. Also, while we're here, though, how far are we on invasions right now? Well, we're still on stage 12. We've already claimed this rewards, which is why we can't collect. We better be able to collect once we reach the end of stage 12. This is the only reward we haven't claimed yet, because there was a glitch earlier this week that allowed us to basically claim all of them immediately. But, yeah, we'll get to stage 12 and then should be able to claim it. Where are we in the guild? We're about mid-range. And the leaderboard is, we're nowhere to be saying, though. Is anyone in our guild on the leaderboard? Let's see, 236 and 246. Nope. Ah, they're almost there. I don't think they're going to try for the leaderboard. At least they're helping, making it easier for us to get all the reward thingies. Anyways, I'm going to go use the Vault key. And as I mentioned, I did say once we find a Vault key, I would give out another redeem code. So let's go claim this Vault key and then go give out the redeem code. Oops, I keep going under guild. Anyways, let's go under this. Let me go switch to the other team. We could easily do it with the current team I'm using. I just like doing this because it's slightly safer, just in case I'm taking no risk in us accidentally losing it. There's no point in risking it. We only get a vault key like once every hour and a half, so actually at the current moment we're getting about once every hour, but I think that's slightly above average luck. But there we go. We'll go and take this out. You could easily do it with the previous team. I just like doing it with this. It's just slightly more consistent. This is slightly more expensive to build though, of course, because you need fully traded Forest Guardian and fully traded Ogryn, which is definitely not cheap. But it is a lot more consistent if you're looking just for like that 110% win rate. Anyways, what do we get? Oh no! Why? That could have been a lot of gems or something decent. Why? That could have been a Valraven. That could have been a Valraven. That could have been a Valraven. Why? Or even another treasure, another Sparkle Sack as well. Oh well. Let's see. We got Treasure Gnome. We got. Oh, whoa! We got 30,000 gems from a normal gnome. That's not too bad. Oh, apparently they do go up to 50,000 gold. Then very nice. That's actually not too bad. 30,000 gold off a normal gnome. Not too bad at all. And 5 gems. Though we didn't really get too many gem-related stuff. Only 5 gems. That's it. Well, that's slightly annoying. Could you imagine if we just keep having that happening? Like, even once we have every single one of these, we just keep getting them over and over again. Yeah, that's useless to me, having another having another Treasure Gnome. Really wish that was a Valraven. Well, we got another one. Anyways, that's that. Yeah, there's a pretty pitiful vault key for the most part, once again. Pretty much like our first vault key. Similarly as bad. So that should bring us to 2 copies of him now, if I'm not mistaken. Not like we really need them, but there we go. 2 copies of Treasure Gnome. And both of them actually from vaults as well, not from any other means. Anyways, back to the Explorer grind. Let it continue. Yes, that is 30k and 2.5k from the smaller ones. The smaller one can drop as high as 50,000. His drops for gold are 50,000 at a ridiculously low rate. 40,000, well, everything like 20,000 plus is ridiculously low rate. But he can drop 50,000, 40,000, 30,000, 20,000, 4,000, 2,500, and there's some value in between that he can also drop. I believe it's 7,500. I forget the exact amount. But there's some value between 4,000 and 20,000 that he can drop. I forget specifically what it is. I think it's not 10,000. Pretty sure it's 7,500. It's like a really weird number for no reason whatsoever. But, yeah. Those are all the gold drops you can do. 50,000, 40,000, 30,000, 20,000. Some number in between that. 4,000 and 2,500 are all the gold drops that a normal Treasure Gnome can do. And Cedric Sparkle Sack, I believe, can only drop 50,000 gold, which is the highest amount of gold you'd ever get from one of them, as far as his gold value. Oh yeah, 6,000 is possible. That's probably what that weird number is. That's probably the number. You are correct. Oh yeah, redeem code now. My bad. Yeah, let me go do that. I said once we find the next vault key, as I mentioned, so let me go give it out. Let's go just clear this out. And let's go give out the redeem code. As I mentioned... Yeah, that actually works out quite perfectly. Too bad we didn't have this every Friday and Saturday. That works out like so perfectly for giving out redeem codes. Like every time we find a vault key, boom, give a redeem code. I can't always do that or else we'd run out of redeem codes too quickly, but you know, it's a great way to hand them out on like Fridays and Saturdays since we were already pretty much going to hand out that many redeem codes for the most part. So let me go mark this, copy that, save it, put the invite code, put in the code, I'm not a robot, double check that it works, and does it work? The answer is yes. So let me go copy this in there, boom, copy this over here for anyone who gets here a little bit later. And then we'll go put it into the other thing. Oops, where do I put this? It's blocking it. Where to go? I need to go under redeem code. Where are you, redeem code? I have it in my copy paste. I just can't find a place to put it in. Save that. I said save it. That was weird. It didn't want to save initially. I thought it auto-saved. Why is it asking me to save it specifically now? Anyways, we'll put that over. Hopefully it's saved. It should have. Anyways, put that in there. There's the code, guys. There's the updated code. And let me go put it below me as well so we can go and have that. Let's see. Go and... Copy all this, and there you guys go. You can use it on gemsofwar.com underneath the game code section for any of you that want to go use it. Works on PC and mobile versions. If you are on either the PC mobile version of Gems of War, the invite code can be found underneath your settings, wherever it says invite code, whatever your game says there is what you put in. The redeem code is what's below or in chat. You can just copy paste it. And yeah, that's that. You just put everything in, click that you're not a robot, and it gives the normal reward, as always, of 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold. And let's just real quick see what we get from the 1 gem key. Anything good? Probably not. Nope, just a Winter Wolf. I say that every single time, and it's eventually going to give me something good, because I say it's going to give me nothing every time. I should probably say that for the next gnome too, so it gives me a Vault key. Say that we won't get a Vault key from it. Anyways, let me go change this back to a normal team. Well, that is a normal team, but let me change it back to the normal team that I like to use. And there we go. Okay, and we're good to go. The code can unfortunately not be used on the console versions due to policy reasons on both the console versions that prevents them from doing so. Currently, you guys have daily tasks which make up for that, though I won't be able to say that anymore because next patch PC Mobile is getting daily tasks finally. But for the longest of time, console has been actually getting more resources from daily tasks than we get from redeem codes. So console is still to this day, at least until next patch, getting more resources than PC Mobile. Though that will change once next patch comes, unfortunately. But yeah. You just can't do anything about it due to policy reasons on both the consoles. They tried in the past, but they've been unsuccessful at getting them on console. Luckily, he did not have that 100% revive. He can come into the battle, but not have his trait, which is what happened there, because he has it on his final trait. Yeah, daily tasks is really nice stuff. They are reworking it next patch, but I believe they're reworking it into a buff, not a nerf. That or they're reworking it to make it more PC mobile friendly, I'm not quite sure. But do expect to see it changes to daily tasks, because they will be coming in. I will throw that down. Get a sunbird down. Oh, I hate that so much! They need to change that. They haven't done a single update since this update, but if they don't do it next update, I need to like pester them like crazy about it. I know people have already mentioned it to them, but I'm almost guaranteed they will not fix it next patch. Like 110%. No, there's a really high chance they wouldn't have done it. A lot of times it's like, oh yeah, we'll go and fix that, and it's like, oops, we completely forgot to fix that. And then it will be like 2 versions later, it's like, yeah, we still completely forgot to fix that. Happens a lot. Normally not for like extremely major stuff, but for like those really minor things that are super annoying, they normally take like forever to fix them. Did he seriously just drain my firebomb and now I have no way of killing that? Fail. Oops, I should have taken blue. Why did I not? Oh, come on, he just got like every blue on the board. He almost got a barrier on us, which would have been really bad because I wouldn't have had a way of killing him that turn if he did, or she did. No, we'll go throw that over, throw the firebomb. And if you guys still have any other questions, things you want me to go over, just let me know, and we'll definitely make sure to do so. Also, we've been doing pretty bad on gnomes this hour, gosh. Though I guess it's because we did go a little bit on a tangent and not do the keys as much, but still. We're at what? Let me go open up the other page. I think we're at 4? Yeah, we're only at 4. One of those was a vault key, though, so that does make up for it quite a bit. But still, only 4 is not a lot. Where is the interface? I need to go bring up that thingy. And then at the end, we're going to bring all of them up just to kind of compare. This is definitely the worst hour so far as... Well, it's kind of weird. This is the worst hour as far as how many gnomes we got, but it's the best hour as far as the rewards we got. That makes very little sense, but we got less gnomes, but more profit. So we got better drops, but less gnomes specifically. Hey, fair Shara. Which is kind of odd, but yeah. The hour we get the least amount of gnomes is the hour we get the most amount of profit. It doesn't make any sense, but that is how it turned out due to RNG. Okay. I don't know if that's really lucky or really unlucky. I guess kind of a bit of both. I guess I'm perfectly fine with getting barely any gnomes if we actually get like ridiculously good loots off of every gnome we do find. The Volkey itself was actually pretty average. Every Volkey I've gotten so far has been pretty, like, average to below average, though. Which has been really bad. I don't know if they maybe reworked its staple some, or we're just rolling the worst things. I think we're just happen to be rolling some of the worst things. Though there is one bad roll which I do need to get, which is the Valraven drop, which we still haven't gotten yet. We're probably going to have like 5 normal gnomes before we get our first Valraven. Hopefully they'll just add it to the yellow drop table thing. Because if they do, I'm just going to get it that way. They may have fixed it to make it impossible though. But hopefully sometime in the next like month we'll see a Valraven randomly sitting on the little color thingy so we can go craft it. Because that would be a lot easier than getting off of Volkeys, that is for sure. Okay, throw the firebomb down. Get that rolling. Get the other firebomb down. No, sneeze. This happened last night too. The feeling that you need to sneeze but then can't sneeze. It's always so awkward. I think it's because it's starting to get more into spring, so all the pollen and everything's kind of been everywhere. And I'm like super ultra allergic to pollens. I took like an allergy test about 2 years ago. And almost every single environmental thing that you can be tested for, I was like positive. It's like, yep, I'm allergic to pretty much just all of it. Not like excessively, but to a small enough degree that like dust and all pollens and essentially everything generic that would be around that could possibly cause anything would, you know, get my allergies and everything going. Used to have really bad asthma when I was younger too. Got pretty much better out and kind of grew out of it though. But I'm still allergic to all the things. It's just the body becomes more tolerant to it after a while. Hey, treasure gnome. There we go. Go throw the firebomb down. There we go. Get a Rowan going. And come on, Volkey. 2 Volkeys in 1 hour would be amazing. I think that might be the first time we even get 2 in 1 hour if we were to get it. Only 100 souls. That's to be expected. That is his worst, most common drop. Other than 2 minor trait stones. Though 2 minor trait stones actually isn't as common as 100 souls. 100 souls is about twice as common, even though 2 minor trait stones is the worst, which is kind of weird. But we'll go through a firebomb down. Hello, Cody. Yep, we got bunny ears. Also, the skulls have bunny ears. Everything has bunny ears. Bunny ears for everything. We're having bunny ears on bunny ears. Wait. Gotta go get the bunny ear again. Even our bunny ears have bunny ears. Aha. We'll bring the double bunny ear back for the end of the stream. Like we were doing earlier. Oops, did I just put it on backwards? I totally just put this on backwards, didn't I? Good job. Oh, no, I put it on right. Never mind. That was right. It's hard to tell because it's trying to, like, green screen it. Let's see. There we go. Double bunny ears. Now our bunny ears has bunny ears. Bunny ears for everything. Okay. Hey, it hasn't green screened yet. I say that, and I'm probably going to jinx it soon. I don't know why it's not doing it. Though that's perfectly fine. Wait, did I put it on backwards? Oh, I did put it on. Wait, no. No, I did. That's why it's not doing it. Well, maybe I should keep it like that then. Perfect. It doesn't green screen if I put it on backwards. I found a solution! Though I did manage to check it, see if it was put on backwards, and then still managed to put it on backwards. But it actually works backwards, because if I put it on the normal way, it'll green screen away, because it has like a bluish color on the other end. So that actually works out better that way. So there we go. Anyways, bunny ears with bunny ears. The bunny ear meta. Bunny earception. Okay, anyways. Another gnome. What do we get off of this guy? Please, a Volkey. No. Oh, that's not too bad, though. Again, not that many gnomes this hour, but really good drops. I'll take it. It's not a Volkey, but it's among one of his top 4 drops, so not too bad. I believe it's the highest amount of gems he can drop. I'm not sure if he can actually drop higher than 20 gems. And if it is a ridiculously low chance for him to do so. But there we go. 20 gems. Wait, we didn't even get 5 gems yet this... Come on, do a 0. We didn't even get 5 gems yet this hour, yet we got a 20 gem drop. I'll take it. Very nice. Anyways, play again. I know when the event thingy first came out, I was getting like... I think it was like 500... Or not 500, I wish. It was like 100 gems per hour for the first few hours when the Gnome event came out. Unfortunately, they nerfed it almost immediately after. Though, during the Gnome event itself, it's pretty much the same drop rate as pre-nerf gnomes. I don't even know if I should call it pre-nerf though, because it was only like that for like no time at all, like 2 hours, maybe 3 at tops, when it first came out. And then it was immediately nerfed because it was easily 100 gems per hour, if not more. Which obviously was way too many gems to hand out per hour. Even during this, we're only averaging about like 30 to 50 gems per hour of value. Though this hour, we're up to like a lot. Even though we got a horrible vault key, we're still up to, even not counting the vault key at all, let's say we got 0 vault keys. This hour is currently at almost 60 gems. So it's not going too bad. Though the problem is our other 2 hours had almost no gems, so if you count them all together, it's like 25 gems per hour overall. But vault keys normally is what really has heavy gems in it, but we haven't gotten any of the good drops from it yet. Which is bad. Getting really unlucky in that regard. But hopefully we'll find at least one more vault in the next 10 minutes, or 15 minutes. And that'll be the last of the 3rd hour. Would this be a fun team? Chief Stronghorn. Interesting. Haven't really used him in much. Val. I assume that's Valkyrie. Queen Isabel. And Emperorina. I guess. And just throw everything onto Stronghorn. Probably not the best thing to really be using as your frontline tank, but I guess it would work. Using Queen Isabel with the Yasmin in general is not too bad, though. I mean, Queen Isabel with a Emperorina isn't too bad. What is the power difference between this and the basic version? Do you mean gnomes, are you referring to? It's basically twice the rate of finding gnomes and twice the rate of finding vault keys specifically from the gnomes. So it's the best time ever to use and obtain vault keys, as well as it's a lot easier to find gnomes. Also, for this specific event, you have to kill reds and explore, so you can simultaneously do both at once this event as well. We already finished out the event already. But if you haven't already done it, definitely highly advised doing it, since you get to farm gnomes while doing so. So really easy to do while still finding like 1 to 3 vault keys while you're doing it. So you can get a lot of resources this week from doing it. Between just the normal event keys, the gems. You get 12 event keys, 85 gems, and I think it was 3 gem keys. And 4 Roans, which are a nice troop. Just from doing the event this week, a really, really solid one. Plus you get to do it while doing gnomes. So I highly advise doing it if you haven't already and have time this weekend. Because the payout for it is really worth it for the first 2 hours that you do it. Every hour after that's a little bit less because you're done with the event, but still it's really, really good value. The first 2 hours or so. Or 3 if it takes a little bit longer, depending on what you have. But this team's pretty cheap. Most people have it. They might not have it with as high stats, but Sunbird, ultra rare. Pretty easy to obtain. It's even in that little purple crafting thing under the Soul Forge this week. So even if you don't have it, there's actually a way to specifically obtain it this week too. So that's pretty rare. Of course, you can normally get it off of Glory or Gem Keys as well. But you can specifically craft it out a 1 in 8 chance this week too, which makes it even easier. Rowan you get from free for completing out Forest of Thorns, or you also get it for free from killing 120 reds in Explore this week. So you could get it either of those 2 ways. Both of which take about the same amount of time, so you can do either or. But yeah, you get 4 for free from doing 120 red kills in Explore, and the 2 firebombs are commons, which you can easily just get off of gold keys effortlessly. The firebombs do need to be fully traded, but they're rares, so they're commons, so they're the cheapest possible troop to fully trait. And you probably already have the trait stones laying around, and if you don't, you can farm Pride Lands for about like 1 hour, and you'll probably have all the trait stones. Pride Lands also has a lot of red, so you'd even get the red kills that you need as well. So you get to kill 2 birds with 1 stone and do both simultaneously. Can this guy stop appearing in this kingdom? Why is he appearing in this kingdom? This kingdom doesn't even belong to him, yet he keeps appearing like crazy. High amounts in this kingdom for no reason whatsoever. Yes, I know. We have bunny ears on top of bunny ears because we can. Let's see. There we go. Oops, now my mic is in the thing. Trying to get them like more in shot, but it's not working that well. Problem is, if I try putting it forward so they look better, it like tries falling off my head. There we go. That's gonna be good enough, I guess. Anyways, stop tweaking the ears, and let's play again. Okay, I'll move that over. Move that. Get a firebomb down. Go from there. Get a sunbird. You mean you run a blue epic version of this team? What is the power spike when you get to mythic? As far as like how much quicker you can do it, well, normally when you're first starting out, assuming that you're at the blue or if you're at ultra rare / epic, it's around at that range about 2.5 or 2 to 2.5 wins per minute. The current team that we're doing once they get all the way to mythic is around 3 to 4.5 wins per minute. Realistically, you can maintain 4 per minute pretty easily. Not while I'm streaming. If you actually were to calculate out what we're currently doing while on stream, it's probably more towards 3 to 3.5. But yeah, if I wasn't like constantly like checking chat and everything, looking over and all that, we could easily, effortlessly reach 4 per minute, which is really, really good. And it can reach up to about 4.5, which is also absolutely amazing. But realistically, it's about an average of 4 or so. But yeah, you can expect almost like double the rate once you get them to mythic compared to them being like ultra rares. It also depends on having kingdom bonuses as well. It depends also on your HP kingdoms. Well, it depends on a couple things. It depends on how upgraded they are. It depends on how many HP kingdoms you have, and it depends on how many what's it called? Defense kingdoms you have. Also, didn't we just get a treasure gnome and I didn't even record it? Yeah, we did. What did we get from the previous battle? We got 5 gems. Nice, not too bad. I was just saying how we didn't get a 5 gem drop this hour, and there it is, coming in. Very nice. And let's go put that below our other gem drop. And 5 gems. 1. And there we go. But yeah, least amount of gnomes this hour, but the most amount of profit. Really weird. But that is what occurred. Gonna move that over. Get a firebomb down. And we have 9 more minutes until this hour is over. And then I'm pretty much just going to be wrapping up for today, though we will, of course, be back later tonight. Probably without the bunny ears. Oh no, should I wear bunny ears for all the nightly streams, do you guys think? Should we just wear bunny ears all day, today, tomorrow, and the following day? Well, you know, not all day, but during the streams. I think I might. Might as well. The skulls will have them too. We'll go and match the skulls. We'll dress up as Gems of War skulls. Anyways, play again. I need like a white mask. No, just kidding. Could you imagine? Get like a white skull mask. We'll look just like the skulls. I would probably do that if there was a way to easily obtain one. Though nowhere is selling Halloween stuff, obviously, since it's Easter, so that would not be possible to get easily. Unless I already had it, and I don't believe I do. Anyways, we'll just throw the firebomb down. No bunny ears equals unsub. Those are some valuable bunny ears then. Hello, Leon! Happy Easter! Oh, wait, is Happy Easter in Portuguese? Wait, what? Oh, is it already Easter in Portuguese? I don't know if it's at different times in different areas. I know for me it's on Sunday, Easter. It's also on April 1st, which is kind of odd. Because that's also April Fool's Day. I don't think I'm doing anything special-wise for April Fools. Nor for Easter either. Because, you know, I'll be actually doing stuff. So, I mean, like, video content-wise, I won't have anything special out for either the 2 events. Which is why we're kind of celebrating Easter now, as well as tomorrow. Well, I don't know if you'd really consider it celebrating, but, you know. We're kind of thematically dressed. Probably wear the pink shirt again tomorrow, because it's the only thing Easter kind of colored I have. I do have, like a tealish shirt. The only problem with it is it green screens too much, so I can't wear that. Plus my head's kind of low down. Let me go do that. The problem is every single time I try lowering this, it moves the ears as well. Oh no! I just knocked down like 2 water bottles. Good job. No. Ugh. Well, that was a fail. Actually, I didn't even open that water yet. I have like a fresh water bottle there I didn't even bother opening. Okay, I guess I'll go use the used one. I haven't even drank... That means I didn't drink any water this entire stream. That's not good. Seriously though, I brought a water here at the beginning of the stream to drink it during the stream, and I haven't even broke the cap yet. Good job. Anyways, what was I doing? I was doing this, and I was adding, what was the reward from the previous thing? I didn't even update it yet. Oh, it was 5 gems. Never mind, I did update it. Never mind. It's just in the way still, and I didn't move it. There we go. All good. Completely forgot to move it away. Fail. But we'll go through, move that over. Throw a firebomb down. Come on, firebomb. Come on, firebomb. There we go. Get Sunbird in there. Double check the rest of the board. Take the brown. And there we go. Stop hogging all the... We're barely getting any gnomes. We didn't even get 12 this hour. We're at 8. Though, of course, we did have some times of doing slightly other stuff. Like giving out the code. But still. We are way below average this hour. And we still have 5 minutes to go find like 10 gnomes go. That would definitely be hogging it if we found 10 within... if we could find 10 within 5 minutes. Even if we could find 5 in 5 minutes. Even if we could find 3 in 5 minutes, that would be a lot. And there's 1. So we'll go throw that down. Normally it's about 1 every 5 minutes, so anything more than 1 in every 5 is really decent. 5 gems, wow, 5 gems back to back, not too bad. Not the best of his drops, also nowhere near the worst. Oh, there we go, I just said it too. Well, gnome, back to back gnome. Back to back 5 gems. We'll get triple 5 gems in a row. That'd be the first time I've ever gotten a decent loot 3 times in a row. The chance of that is probably pretty low because the specific drop of 5 gems is probably like 1%. Then again, we have the exact percent earlier that we ended up getting. I think it was a little bit higher than 1%. Oh, whoa, look at that. Well, it's close enough. 20 gems. Very nice. Wow. That's even better than 5 gems. Well, that number just spiked up. Okay, maybe I am hogging all the treasure gnomes. My bad. Well, that was amazing. We just did a 5 gem drop, a 5 gem drop, and then a 20 gem drop. 2 of them back to back. The other one pretty much back to back, the third one. I'm hogging them all, sorry. Okay, yeah, it does look like we might reach 12. I would need to find 2 more gnomes in 4 minutes. That also means we would have found 5 gnomes in 5 minutes. Like 1 gnome every minute, pretty much. That would be an insanely good rate, though that's also pretty unlikely that we'd find 2 more gnomes, though. It is possible, with enough luck. And we'll get Sunbird down. Only 5 gnomes the hour? I think we've had some hours where it's been like very, very low. Though every single hour so far this stream has been around 12, which is the pretty much understood average of how many you can get per hour. Because it's 1 every 5 minutes, so that breaks down to 1 every, or 12 every hour, if you break that down. There we go, we're 1 away. Seriously, we're 4 gnomes in 3 minutes right now. And we have 2 minutes to find 1 more gnome in order to find 5 in 5 minutes. And that will bring us to the exact average of 12 in 1 hour. 2,500 gold. Talk about luck right at the end, wow. We're finding almost as many gnomes. Actually, we did. If we find 1 more gnome, we've pretty much found as much in 5 minutes as we found in an entire hour. Or in 50 minutes, I should say. So in 5 minutes, we did what we could do in 50 minutes. That's quite insane. Oh, why? 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 Stop taking moves. Yeah, we only have 2 minutes to make it in time, though. I guess maybe we could consider it a little bit longer because of other stuff that we're doing, but still. 2 more minutes. And let's see what it comes down to at that point. Come on, 1 more gnome. We're almost there. Yeah, it's probably going to be 11 and not 12. We'd have to find it in the next 5 battles or so in order to find in order to get it in time. Hello, McTankly. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Easter. We'll go move that over. Go take the explosion. Get the Sunbird down. You're not getting anything like that? Well, as far as the amount of gnomes? Well, it does depend on win rate, too. All the numbers I'm saying assumes at minimum 3 wins per minute. Whenever I say... Oh, there we go, we got it. Whenever I say 12 gnomes per hour and like 1 gnome every 5 minutes, this assumes you can at minimum win 3 times per minute, which is obviously 1 minute win every 20 seconds. 4 gem keys, very nice. If that's our last gnome, I'm perfectly fine with that being our last gnome. Pretty nice reward. Well, this was definitely our best hour so far, by a very large margin. Actually, this hour was better than our first 2 hours combined, is how good our loot was this time around. Very nice. We got basically every good drop from him. We got all 4 of his best possible drops. 4 gem keys. We got his vault key drop, which is his best drop. His 3 event key drop, which is second best. 4 gems, which is his... gem keys, I mean. Which is his third best. And 20 gems, which I think is his 4th best. I'm not sure if he actually drops higher than 20 gems. If he does, it's a ridiculously low chance of getting a higher drop than 20 gems. So realistically, 20 gems is his highest drop. Because if he does drop anything higher, which I don't believe he does, it's like a really ridiculously low chance. I know the bigger guy does. I don't think the smaller ones do, though. Yep, we have this last battle. This is the last battle, technically, of the hour, and no gnome. But it does bring us exactly to the average. Wow. We're getting, like, pretty much dead on the average right now. We'll go grab that. Oh, did I forget to add minor trait stones? My bad. I didn't even double check the thingy. 2 times minor. 2 times minors. 1. There we go. Let's see. 1, 2. Oops, I didn't even put a 1 next to the gem keys when I did that either. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, yep, you're right. Thank you. There we go. Yeah, they're so useless that I didn't even think to put them on the board because they're so bad. They're the worst drop it has by a pretty large margin. But anyways, yeah, that's everything for the hours then. Let's go bring them all up on screen and see what our data is. And that'll pretty much wrap it up then. But let's go just review how well we did, as well as bring up the previous data too. Let's go bring up all the data points for future references and data mining. Okay, let's go bring all this over. And there we go. There is the current hour. Let's go move this over. Too bad there's not enough black space here. I can't go all the way into the void, and there's no screen here that could be completely black. Actually, there is a way to do that. I could X out the game. There we go. Let's go X out the game, and now we can have a full black screen there. Or do I have a background there? Oh no, I have a black background. No! I forgot. Whoops. I don't have a normal black background there. The one time I need a normal black background, and I don't have it there. Like every other stream format I have. Okay, let me go reopen up, and we'll just have to work with what we have then. Because there's no quick way I can go get a black screen. Oh, we got a black screen! No, unfortunately there's no way to freeze it there. Or is there? Oh no, nope. Okay, we had a black screen for a few seconds, but nope. Oh, we got it back again! Stay there, please freeze or something. Freeze there forever. Oh, did I just... Aw, nope, it went to a loading screen. Fail. Anyways, let's go bring up all the data points. Let's go move all those up. Try bringing up the little black area that we could go use. Try cramping it all into that area. Some of it I'm gonna have to have on the map. Also, we still have all of our other data points from earlier, too. I guess I could go make a really quick thing in Photoshop, just make like a gigantic black box and then put it behind a thing. But that would still take like 3 minutes, even though that's ridiculously easy to do. It'd still take a while to open up Photoshop, then get it to save, then get it to go into the thing and all that mess. But anyways, it's fine. Let's see. What did Lemon say? Or Leon? Say that 1,000 times. Say what 1,000 times? Wait, what do you want me to say 1,000 times? Or whatever that number is? Obviously, that's bigger than 1,000. I don't know how many zeros that is. Let's see. Let's go and move this all the way over. And here we go. Let's try this again, except with what screen space we have currently available. So we have that. That was our... Okay, I'm going to move that, like, right over there. Wait, could we bring up a blank chat somewheres? Could I go to, like, global chat 0 or something? Global chat, like, 98. Oh, I think I found a solution. And now we go and type a bunch of dots. Spam global chat 98. I found a solution! Aha! See? We have strategy. Streaming strategy. Now we have a gray background to use. Look at that. Perfect. Wait, was... Oh, wow. Hour 2 was horrible. I didn't realize it was that bad. And now let's go bring up the other data point. And, where'd it go? I think it was this one. Yeah, there it is. And here was the data from when we did it for last week. That was all the drops we got from last week. And yeah, there we are. There is everything pretty much related to... Wait, we got no 20 gem drops last week? Really? Not a single one? Interesting. Did we seriously go all last week with 0 gem drops? Because we got 2 of them almost in a row. We ended up getting 20 gem drop twice in 1 hour. Both really close to each other too. But yeah, that's all the drops. Hour 1, all the way to the left is the results from last week. Hour 1, Hour 2, and then Hour 3 of the Treasure Gnome grind. And that's all the Volkey, specifically what we got from them and all that. Oops, I forgot to put 2,500 gold for the one. We did end up getting that as our other drop there. Oops, I forgot to put that in. Not that big a deal, but let me go put that in real quick. 2,500 gold. And there we go. That was the other drop from that. Anyways, yep, that's all of our data then for the gnomes. And we'll have more data tomorrow to go bring up for them. Interesting. I just kind of wanted to have them so we could reference this for later in case we ever really need it. But yeah, that's kind of what you can expect as far as hourly rates. As far as the average gem rate, it's hard to tell because the hourly gem rate for Hour 1, abysmal. For Hour 2, abysmal. Hour 3, it was... In Hour 3 alone, let's ignore the Volkey because let's just assume we don't get a Volkey during the hour. We ended up getting... let's see, that breaks down to 9 times 4, which is 36. Then 42, which is 78. Then the 220 gems, which is... Why am I doing this all in my head? Which is 118. Then the 2 gems, which is 128. In 1 hour, we made 128 gems. 600 souls. And that's about it. You can pretty much just say 128 gems. So that's not too bad for an hour, 128 gems. I would definitely take that if that was consistent. That's actually insanely good. Though that was way above average. And it's not even counting the Volkey too, which would make it even higher. But yeah, not too bad. 128 gems in 1 hour. Though if you break that down across how much we got like over every single hour, because of how low we did on the other hours, that breaks down to only like 35 gems to 40 gems per hour. Probably more towards 40 gems per hour. And that's counting 0 Volkeys. Oh no! Exos just did a dot, which ruined my other dots, which made a line randomly in the middle of nowhere. Anyways, let me go close all these out. I just wanted to kind of show all the data next to each other, and we'll go get more data later and then compile them. I'm not going to do like a little video thing on it. I just want to have the data. Maybe I'll post something on the forum or something, but I just want to have it for our own reference sake, just so we have, just so we know. Hello, Exos. I wonder if he was just in this chat and just randomly and was like, why is this person spamming dots? Could you imagine just like going into the chat and then you just like see a random person just like type in 1 billion dots like 20 times? And it's like, okay, what on earth are you doing? Anyways, that's that. Banned for spam. We weren't spamming. Well, we kind of were. But no one's in the global chat, or almost no one. I assume no one would really go into global chat 98 on their own. Exos was probably from the stream. Actually, he's right there. There he is. There you are. Yeah, I don't think anyone would normally be in that global chat. By default, there's probably 0 people in that global chat. I don't even know why they have that many global chats, because I'm pretty sure more than half of them are untouched and never used ever. Oh, sorry, Saint. Did I do your... Forget to do your thing? What did Leon say? What was the thing that you were mentioning with that? Sia said something, then he wanted me to do that, but I mean, wait, not Leon. I mean, Leon ended up saying it. What was it? I don't know what you're referring to with that. Oh, Feliz Pasco? Feliz Pasco? Is that what you wanted me to say 1 billion times? Feliz Pasco, Feliz Pasco, Feliz Pasco, Feliz Pasco, Feliz Pasco. I'm pretty sure I'm saying that incorrectly. I'm not saying the A accent of the first A correctly. I'm probably not saying Feliz correctly either. But obviously I'm not going to do it that many times. Oops, do I still have the... No, never mind, I got it off. Okay, we're all good. Anyways, I'm going to be heading out now, guys. Oh, is that what Happy Easter is in Portuguese? Oh, okay, I see now. I completely misunderstood what you were saying earlier then. Oh, okay, so that's what Happy Easter is in Portuguese. Interesting. Well, Feliz Pasco then. But anyways, guys, hope you all enjoyed the holidays. Good Friday, Easter, Feliz Pasco, or whatever you would call it if you do happen to celebrate it. Anyways, we'll be back tomorrow to celebrate again with double bunny ears. But we'll be doing, again, trying to get more data off of Treasure Gnomes, seeing what we could get. Hopefully get another 128 gems per hour. That is not too bad. If we could do that every single hour, I'd be perfectly happy. That's a pretty decent amount, actually. But definitely worth if you're at least have some time to at least do the event this week while farming gnomes. Gives ridiculously good rewards. Every single one of these rewards is insanely good, even for WANs. And it doesn't take that long. It takes like 2 to 3 hours, maybe 4 at the absolute most if you're a really new player. Definitely worth going for. A lot of free stuff plus the Gnome, so definitely advise doing so. Hope you all have a wonderful holiday. Hope you all have a wonderful weekend. And we'll be back later tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in 6.5 hours. We'll also be back same time tomorrow, about 3 hours prior to now. Actually, 3 hours and 20 minutes prior to now to stream for about 3 hours or so tomorrow as well. You play Dota 2 now too? Nice. I used to play Dota 2 quite a bit. As of recently, I haven't touched it for like a year and a half, almost 2 years. But I used to play it a lot. I actually played it back when Dota was still a thing, like Dota 1. Like way ages back. Like back in 2003, 2004. Actually, I think it was 2004. Like 2004, 2005. My cousin showed it to me when I was really young. Because obviously at that time I was like, what, 9 years old or so. So yeah, I've been playing Dota for a very, very long time. As of recently, I haven't really been into it too much. But yeah. That's been a whole thing. I do like MOBAs, though. I've been kind of waiting until another MOBA kind of comes around to get into it early to maybe be a content creator for something like that. Like if a new League of Legends or something comes out. I probably wouldn't play it competitively, but I would probably make content for it if another interesting one ever came in. Though the big ones are pretty hard to compete with, though, like League of Legends, Dota 2, and all those kind of like behemoths, Smite, and stuff like that. They're so huge that most smaller ones just kind of phase out because they just can't compete with the really huge ones that already exist. But anyways, guys, I will see y'all later. Enjoy the holidays, enjoy your weekends, and goodbye, everyone. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and I'll see you all either later tonight, tomorrow, or after the holidays. Goodbye, everyone.